Welcome to Real Politik. I'm your host, Paul Holden, with my boys, John Barbera and Chris the Plumber. How we feeling tonight?
Dude, I'm feeling American, dude. I'm feeling very American. I got my AR-15 slung over in the corner. I got the American flag waving in the room. And, yeah, man, just ready for 4 more years of Donald Trump.
It is some good stuff. Well, Chris, for our podcast listeners, can you tell us what we are watching right now and what we'll be providing commentary on?
Well, we're about to see the first opening night of the Republican National Convention. The president, Professor Dr. Donald Trump, has been renominated, surprisingly. I think most of us were on pins and needles for that one. But he has officially been renominated. And, now we're just kind of sitting here waiting, watching, the police officers and the soldiers and plenty of Make America Great Again hats and big Trump masks.
It is going to be fantastic. John, what are you most excited about for tonight?
Well, the pageantry is always something I'm a huge fan of. I think of the two major parties, the Republican Party gets it the most right when it comes to pageantry and American iconography. I'm looking forward to a lot of flags, like almost a sarcastic amount of flags. I'm looking forward to the speakers. I think we got, do we have Big Don talking or just Little Don?
Apparently Big Don's talking every night, right?
Every night. He couldn't help himself. I think that this is his convention,
Well, there's no way he could let anyone upstage him.
Oh, no.
Right.
He also hasn't started a campaign yet. So this is like, he's got to wrap all of his normal rallies up into this one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. And I think the other thing, too, is that, if they're not going to have a platform, what are they running on? They're running purely on Donald Trump. So you got to show him he is the platform.
Yeah.
He's a human platform.
Trump is the platform.
All right. Well,
are we starting?
Who's this lady?
Kick it off.
Let's turn the sound up.
Kick it off. The Republican National Convention is officially starting.
Amy Ford. That's a good American name.
That's
Strong American name.
Strong American name.
I was hoping for something a little more original to start this off than a registered nurse.
It's actually surprisingly working class for the Republican Party.
I guess that's true. I was kind of wanting Kid Rock to fly in on like an eagle, like with a shotgun and electric guitar, but I guess that's maybe that's night 2.
Well, we can't hear anything, so maybe Kid Rock is playing in the background.
That's true. It's a good.
Can you not hear?
Nothing. I got nothing.
No. Hey, but
it's real low. It's like ball with the ball, the bang, diggy, sit the booger, sit up.
I'm starting to hear it.
Can you?
Ball with the ball, the bang, diggy, sit the
Can you hear this?
Drop
Chris.
Ball with the ball, the bang,
Chris. Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear now.
I can hear it.
God damn it! Let me ask my question.
My name is Keith.
This is vital to running the show. How's the picture coming through for y'all? Is it okay, or should I reduce the quality?
I took a couple of shots before this, knowing that this is going to be just awful and bad for my mental health.
Yeah, I just took my first swig. I bought a fat wine bottle, so
ooh, little wine for the RNC, huh?
Well, it's not white wine.
You're showing your high class sensibilities.
It doesn't. For the record, I'm drinking it right out of the bottle.
So I do want to mention the beer I'm drinking. It's a local beer from Taylor, South Carolina, called 13 Stripes Brewery. I was trying to keep, pretty patriotic with this one, but I did go a little cheeky with the Not My King lager.
That's pretty good.
Isn't that pretty good?
That is fun. That is fun.
I like that. Not My King. Can you imagine?
What?
Can you imagine the Patriots back in the day the revolutionaries with their "Not My King" shirts, T-shirts.
Oh yeah, dude, definitely. Not my king.
Make great tie-dye. Is she in the White House?
No, I think she's just a registered nurse from Williamson, West Virginia, like it says on the screen.
No, but is she in the White House, like physically?
I have no idea. I assume she would be in West Virginia.
No, it said Washington, D.C. at the top. I know that they're shooting a ton of this from the White House, which is...
I was going to say, like, all the Trump kids are speaking from the White House, right?
Yeah, which is technically illegal. But
it's the first time that's ever happened, right?
Yeah, you're not supposed to use funds from the state to run a campaign, and conducting campaign shit inside of the White House technically violates the law, but laws are fake.
That seems kind of ridiculous, though. Isn't it sort of expected that most of the things that the politicians are doing from the White House are to get reelected?
It's direct campaigning is the problem. So you can't run a campaign event because it's on the taxpayer's dollar, and you need to be paying for that with your own funds.
I understand that. I just think we're splitting hairs.
You're splitting hairs, but it is a tradition that when you're campaigning to get reelected, you're not supposed to use the trappings of your position as an increase, right? So, if a state senator is campaigning, he's not supposed to use like his Senate letterhead and his like Senate position to campaign.
Right. Okay. I guess I understand that, but I think decorum is mostly out of the window at this point.
I was gonna say it's Donald Trump, right?
Yeah, I don't know that we had much expectations that he would abide by that tradition.
Well, yeah, I mean, laws are fake.
Are we a little surprised that they're promoting coronavirus response as the first thing?
A little bit, because they totally botched it.
Center in Louisiana.
Who was this gentleman?
I feel uniquely positioned
They have
to
to
share
sell
how
it, but they
President
didn't
Trump's
botch it.
LSU, dude.
led to a rapid and efficient response to the coronavirus
The only
pandemic.
person they could find,
I know
probably.
this as a health professional and as someone who has recovered from COVID himself. The COVID-19 pandemic exploded into our great nation with an intensity unparalleled in history. But our medical investigation
I guess
and
they
drug
kind of
development
do have
systems were not
to
designed for a pandemic.
get in front of
The
corona,
devastating
right?
effects of the
Yeah.
coronavirus
They
demanded
gotta
immediate
at
changes
least
at
frame
the
it.
regulatory
I mean,
level.
You
A
got to
prompt
frame it as in
response
like this is
led
under
by
control. The
President
economy is
Trump
going to be
cleared
fine.
away the
Because
red
otherwise,
tape that
like
usually
if you
makes
don't
drug
handle
approvals a
corona,
long and drawn-out
then
process.
Trump's screwed because the only thing
By
he can run on is
harnessing
the
the
economy.
resources of the federal government
And the
the
economy's
private
not there if
sector,
Corona's there.
President Trump's Operation Warp Speed
Are they
is accelerating
keeping
the
Make
testing,
America Great Again?
supply, development, and distribution.
Well,
That sign said
therapeutics,
MAGA.
diagnostics.
Yeah, the
and
thing
very
is, I don't
shortly,
think they
effective
really
vaccines to
commit
counter
to any particular
COVID-19.
slogan. Like,
Let me give you
I mean,
some
that's
clear
that's
examples
committing, having it right
of how
there.
President Trump's leadership
everyone
removed
to see,
regulatory
right?
barriers
but
so
I'm
COVID
just saying,
patients
I agree
could
with
have
that point,
faster
but I'm just
access to
saying,
effective
like, at his
therapies and
speeches,
diagnostics.
He'll say, "Keep America great," or
First,
he'll.
Do you
on
think
February
it's an
26th,
extended
two
A
phase 3
because it's
clinical
Make
trials
America Great
studying
Again
remdesivir were
again?
initiated. Just 2 months later, the
Ah!
FDA approved remdesivir.
No,
for
man,
emergency
it's an
use to treat
idea,
COVID-19.
you know?
Normally, this is a 3 to 5
Like we're
year
clearly
process.
not there because of the
The
libs.
amazing speed
But
with
if
which
we
this
have 4 more
happened
years
in
of
a
Trump, we
safe
may not have any
but
more libs, and then we
efficient
could be there.
manner is
In spite of
unheard
the
of.
libs.
In spite of libs.
Second,
Have you
it's
heard of
always
expanded
Antifa?
access
They're trying to
to
destroy America.
COVID-19 convalescent
That's been
plasma.
for a while though now, dude.
Within 24 hours of this approval, we were administering convalescent plasma and remdesivir to a critically ill patient. A former
Remdesivir
Army
sucks,
Ranger
dude. Fuck you.
and physician.
Are they about to start doing
Had it not been for the
hydroxychloroquine
rapid
right now?
deployment of these
I hope
medicines,
so.
This
This
patient,
this
who
guy's
was
gonna
my
break the
colleague and
fourth
friend,
wall and be
would
like,
have surely
"Q
died.
is real. Q is right."
And third, at the end of July,
I think he might have a
developed
tiny little
fever and
Q on
cough.
that American
I
flag.
reached out to our testing team
I'm
and
donating
received
my
one
plasma
of the
on
Abbott
Wednesday,
rapid
actually.
tests.
To
Yet
Q?
another tool quickly approved by this administration.
To the Red Cross, because they're doing
minutes, my
the
test
convalescent
came back
plasma for
positive.
COVID since
And
I had
within
it.
4 hours,
I got
was
a
receiving my
refrigerator full
remdesivir
of
doses,
plasma for Q.
followed by an
I've been
infusion of
I've been
convalescent
collecting my
plasma.
own plasma for some time
As a
now.
physician,
I'm
Well, you
glad,
never know when you're
I've
going to
seen
need it.
firsthand
yeah,
how
I'm
these
glad that
breakthroughs have
somebody's going to
saved
find a
countless
use for it.
lives.
I got
Yeah.
As a
vials
patient,
and vials of
I've
adrenochrome
benefited
just
from the
ready to
expedited
go.
therapies
Mine's
made
mostly in
possible
a
by the
5-gallon
swift
bucket in
action
the
of
bottom
this
of my fridge.
administration.
So.
President
Is it a
Trump
blood
truly
bucket?
moved mountains to save
Well, it's a
lives,
plasma
and he
bucket.
deserves
It's a
There's
plasma
little,
bucket.
There's
Thank
a
you,
little
President
blood in
Trump, for providing timely access.
There seems to be
to
some wolf
critical
blood in this. There's
diagnostics
going to
and
be
therapeutics
wolf
during
blood
this
in there.
pandemic. Thank you, Mr. President, for your strong leadership.
God, this is
in these
boring.
challenging
Turn it up.
times.
Yeah.
People
So
don't
far-
come to the Republicans for this.
Like a low energy.
When the China
Low
virus
energy
invaded
week.
our country,
The China
it was the
virus.
greatest mobilization of American society
All right.
since World War II.
I'm perked.
Patriots of every race, color, and creed rallied together to defeat the invisible enemy
Are we
and
going to do
save the
Trump
lives of their
voiceover the
fellow
whole
citizens.
entire time?
Today,
I
our
think so.
hearts overflow with
Jesus
appreciation
Christ.
for the incredible frontline workers who risked
When
their
the
own
China
health and
virus
safety
invaded
to keep
our-
America strong and safe.
We did it.
You know
When
what?
crisis came, millions of
I don't
everyday
know why I
Americans
had
rose to the
any
challenge.
higher
In their
expectations,
actions,
but I'm
we
kind of
see true
disappointed in
greatness
how
of the
quickly
American
Republicans,
character.
just like
We
Trump.
always find
All
a
right,
way
China's
to
the enemy
victory.
now. We are
History will
all
remember and
against.
celebrate the heroes of 2020.
You got to go all in
As our
China
great
these days,
American
you know?
flag waves over the land that we love.
It's all just
Every
so
frontline
predictable
worker,
that it
I offer the
hurts.
salute of a
You know?
nation that is forever in
Well, I
your
think
debt.
Well,
there's-
Thucydides
God bless
said
you,
it
and God
in what,
bless
like 300 BC?
What
You
he
can't
said.
have two great powers.
These are
Oh,
my
yeah.
friends.
Gonna
These
clash.
are the incredible
Oh,
workers that
oh,
helped
we
us
got the
so
Professor
much
Doctor.
with the COVID.
Is
We
that
can
6
call it
feet
many different
apart?
things,
I don't
from
think
China
so.
virus. I don't
It's
wanna
like
go through
2
all the
feet
names,
apart.
'cause some people may get
Oh my
insulted,
God,
but
this
that's the way
guy
it
wearing
is.
the Hawaiian
These are
shirt
great,
is
great people.
king.
Doctors,
What room is
nurses,
he in?
Firemen,
This is definitely the White House. There's no room.
policemen. We want to thank you all. You have been incredible. And we
He's in
wanna
the-
thank
he's
you
in the
and
white and
all of
yellow
the
room,
millions
the
of
gold
people
room.
that you represent. Thank you all very much. Great job. Thank you.
Great job.
God,
Thank you all very
dude,
much.
just a
So
frumpy
tell me a
group
little
of
about
people.
your stories. How about we'll start with you?
Tell me a little bit about yourselves.
Delivered
We'll
good
start
in
with
your
you.
community.
Do you know me? I'm President Trump.
And
Maybe
we're
you've
taking
heard
good
of
care
me.
our postal workers. That I can tell you. Believe me, we're not getting rid of our postal workers.
Do you know where
it's
you
like
are
to
right now? The
sort of
White
put that out
House.
there.
It's
If anyone thinks
amazing.
the Democrats, not
Look
the
how friendly and
Republicans.
personable
well,
I
thank
am.
you very much. And thank
I can talk to
everybody
normal people
in that
too.
whole beautiful
See?
post office system. We
It's like
appreciate
the
it.
movie.
How about you?
They say
well,
people
good.
like talking to Biden. Well, people like talking to Donald Trump too.
Can I just make a comment how normally when you are talking to normies, you address them by
That's
name, and he just
fantastic.
keeps
Well,
pointing at them and saying,
congratulations.
how
I love
about
the
you?
truckers, you know,
And
you
you.
know, I think all
like,
of them,
let's-
frankly. I
Let's
think
be
pretty
real.
much
We
all
don't
of
need
them.
your
How
name,
about
but just
you?
tell us
I'm
about
a custodian at the post office.
When was the last
do
time you
exactly?
like didn't hear a politician be
Everybody's
like,
mess and
and
everybody's
Susan
germs and
from
all that.
Kentucky,
Can I tell you that
she
that
works in a
world, that
hospital.
profession
Susan,
will
why
never
don't you
be
tell
out of
us your
business. You
story?
know that, right?
Sure.
Thank
You
very
with
much
the
for being here.
face.
Hold on.
What do
Thank
you
you. And
do?
how about
Wait.
you?
And you. He's doing it for everyone.
I work at a New Jersey hospital. It's called Virtual Willingboro
Dude, there's no
Hospital.
way he's
I also
remembering
represent an
6 people's
organization of
names.
professional
Well,
I mean,
he's
it just
gonna-
called the
can't
National
happen.
Association of
He's going to
Travel
rattle them off
Nurses.
really
But I
quick.
want to tell you, sir, as a nursing supervisor,
Just,
I am so in awe of
Jerry,
your leadership.
Luann,
Honestly,
Yeah.
I know many people.
We
have
got
said
Frankie,
often
Donnie, Louie,
interesting
Georgie,
things,
and
but it
Pete
takes a
over
true
here.
leader to be able to ignore all that stuff and do what is right and not be offended by all the words being
He's
said.
like, I am a real
And
leader.
You really do show that positive spirit to us. And
He's
as
so
nurses,
positive.
I appreciate
Very
that. But just
positive
as an
president.
I
individual,
love this. That's
I'm
what I
grateful
think
for
when I
that.
think
Well,
Donald
I'm
Trump.
for the nurses. I'm for the doctors. I'm for everybody. We just
I
have to
will
make this
say,
China virus go
I think
away,
he
and it's
is
happening.
actually
Please go
very
ahead.
positive in
I'm
the way
also
he
a nurse. I
frames
represent
literally
Genesis
everything.
Healthcare, which is a skilled nursing facility.
It is true.
I want to thank
So,
you.
to the point
Greatest
where,
response.
yeah, to the point where it's not true at all.
Well, he's positive in the way he frames himself and his actions, but if he's ever talking about anyone else,
I spent some time in New Jersey. I lived
Pure,
there. I
like,
went to New Jersey and
scorched
did
earth,
some
man.
work there, and we finally started to see things change and turn around.
I appreciate what you said because We have delivered
Trump is posy
billions of
vibes.
dollars of equipment. that
Yeah,
governors
nothing
were
but posy
supposed to
vibes
give,
from
and
here
in
on
many
out,
cases,
guys.
they didn't
You know
get.
why he's
So the
president, man?
federal
It's his
government had to help
gesticulating.
them,
You know,
and all of the people
the way
that
he
did
waves
this
his
incredible work,
arms,
they never
it
got credit
is
for it.
like
They don't
inspired.
understand where it came
Like
from.
a
Thank you very
casting
much.
spell,
Thank you
almost
both.
like
It's really
kind of.
nice.
I know.
Please.
I think
I
I
saw
need to do that.
I saw somebody put in an accordion in his hand, and it looked great. It was perfect.
And recovered.
That means
Hey,
we don't have to be afraid of you at all, right?
I'm good to go.
Once you're recovered, we have the whole thing with plasma happening.
Police officer babe,
That means your
huh?
blood is
Yeah.
very valuable.
With the
You
full
know that, right?
sleeve.
Thank you very much. Great. Please.
he just called plasma plasma.
Department out in California.
Great.
And,
Why is she-
I also contracted COVID end of March and recovered from that also.
How long was your problem?
I was sick about 10 days, really bad. I got everything besides a cough, but recovered. I was off work for a month and a half, and I work in our local county jails.
Did they do anything specifically to help
Surprised
you
he
recover?
almost
They gave
didn't
me
tell that
P-PAX,
first police
medication,
officer
cough
that she
syrup.
looked like
Okay, and I
Ivanka.
won't even ask you about the hydroxychloroquine because
You look like my daughter.
it's a
Have
shame
you ever heard
what
that?
they've done to that one. But
I'm attracted to
but
my
I took
daughter.
it. I took the Z-Pack also.
He just
and
made a
Zinc. I want to
hydroxychloroquine
thank you
shout
all
out.
very much. It's an honor to have you in
my
the White
God.
House. You're fantastic.
You gotta
people,
love it,
and the
dude.
people you
Gotta
represent-
love it.
You
That's a
represent
joke.
an incredible group of people, and we love you all. Thank you
He,
very much.
he looks. Look at
Thank you
around
very
his
much.
eyes.
Appreciate
Dude.
it.
Look like he's got black.
Good evening. I'm Congressman Jim Jordan.
Oh, Jim
representing the 4th
Jordan.
District of
Because he
Ohio.
hasn't
The
slept
Republican
in
Party is the pro-American
20
party.
years.
President Trump is the pro-America candidate. This election is about who can preserve the values,
Dude, Jim Jordan
principles,
frickin'
and
sucks.
institutions that make America
He's a
great.
little dickweed,
Don't
dude.
believe me? Look at what's happening in American cities. Cities all run by Democrats. Crime, violence, and mob rule. Democrats refuse to denounce the mob.
Nice.
and
They're
the
going to be
response the
playing that
chaos,
one pretty hard, huh?
Defund the police,
Yeah.
Oh,
defund
yeah.
Border Patrol, and defund our military. And while they're doing all
Fun
this,
side note, in the
they're
20s,
also
this was
trying
the
to take
exact
away
same
your guns.
rhetoric that brought the
Look at positions
KKK
they've
into
taken in
cities.
the past few months. Democrats won't let you go to church.
In Portland, the
They'll let you
KKK
protest.
actually partnered
Democrats
with
won't let you go to work,
police
but they'll
departments
let you riot.
to become
Democrats won't let you go to
licensed
school,
vigilante
but they'll
groups.
let you go
Well,
live.
Law and
Oregon,
order.
President
was
Trump
it
is trying to be
Oregon that
exclusive of
was
their crazy
the
ideas.
only
He's taken on
like
the swamp.
white-only
All of the swamp.
state or
The
something like
Democrats,
that?
the press, and the
I'm not
never-Trumpers.
sure, but, well,
And
I
when
know
you
that.
take on the swamp,
What do you mean?
The swamp fights back.
What only state?
It was
They
in
tried
their
the Russia hoax,
constitution.
the
If
Mueller
you were a
investigation,
person of
and the
color,
fake
you were
impeachment.
not allowed in the
But in
state.
spite of this unbelievable
Oh yeah, it may
opposition,
have been.
this
Or it may have been
president
you weren't
has
allowed to
done what he
come
said
into
he
the
would do.
state. They had a
Taxes
lot of
cut,
weird laws like that. But
regulations reduced,
in
economy
Portland,
growing,
the KKK
lowest
actually had
unemployment
it was one of the
in 50
cities
years,
with a
out of the Iran,
formalized
their embassy in
relationship with the
Jerusalem,
police
hostages home
department.
from North Korea, a new USMCA agreement, and of course he's building the wall and rebuilding our economy as we speak.
I forgot about the
I love the president's
MCA,
intensity
dude. What a
and his
useless
willingness to
piece
fight
of paper
every
that's
day in
turned out to
Washington
be.
for our families. But what I also appreciate about the president is something most Americans never get to see, how much he truly cares about people.
He's
Our
cool.
family has seen it 2 years ago.
I
Our
love the
nephew
way
Eli
he
was
eats a
killed in a car
hamburger.
accident.
I mean, you should
He lived a
see
mile up the
him
road
just
from us,
put it
grew up
down.
wrestling and
I
training
mean,
with
it's
our
like a
boys. He was
warthog
a high school
feasting
state
at the
champion,
trough.
varsity athlete for the
In
University of
water,
Wisconsin.
completely normal drinker.
It's a Saturday morning, 3 days after the accident. I walked to the car to head up to Eli's parents' home when the president called. We talked about a few issues, and then he asked how the family was doing. I said, they're doing okay, Mr. President, but it's tough. The president
You
said,
ask
"Yeah,
about the
losing a
family
loved
first,
one
you
is always
dick."
difficult, and it's really tough when they're so young." I then said,
You're
"Mr.
working
President,
hard to get
I'm
me
actually
reelected,
walking into
right,
their house
Jim?
right now."
Hey, wasn't your son in
Obviously,
a
that-
accident or something?
I lost the audio here.
Yeah. Good God, dude. Jim Jordan. Boring.
Boring.
Low energy Jim, dude. When you're like wishing for a Jeb Bush right now, you know you're in trouble.
Jeff.
Jeb! Exclamation point. Please clap.
They should have clapped.
They should have clapped. They should have clapped.
I think we still got
Yeah,
no.
we still don't have any volume, Paul.
Can you hear it?
No. No.
You got nothing?
It's completely silent.
And they should have clapped.
They should have clapped.
Wait, this whole time?
No, where are they? No, a cutout during Jim Jordan.
Professional football team.
There we go.
Right out
Wait, hold on. Now it's the whole thing.
They should have clapped.
coaches.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, let me know when that
Then
happens
he
again,
would
Sergeant. I
learn
thought that
to
you
make
meant
the team
that
better.
cut out for a moment. Not
I watched him in the
cut out.
boardroom.
Now you can hear.
He can be in the middle
Yeah,
of a big
he can.
meeting, but if one of the kids was on the phone, he dropped everything to take the call. He taught me that the family
I
should be
do
your top
not
priority.
believe that for a
watched him
second.
treat
You're
janitors,
telling me that
security
Eric
guards,
Trump
and waiters
called him when he
the
was
same
like,
way he would treat a
when
VIP.
Eric was
He
16,
made them feel
you know,
special
Donald was like,
because
who
he
the
knew they
fuck
were.
is Eric?
He understands that they are
Yeah.
the people who make this country run. They clean, they cook,
I don't know an Eric.
they build, they drive, they deliver. He told me, Herschel, make an effort to get to know people. Remember their names. That stuck with me.
Remember
One
their
time,
names after
I planned to
he
take his
just fucking
kids to
called
Disney
everyone
World with my
you.
family. At the last minute, Donald said he'd like to join us. So there he
Good point.
was,
Yeah.
in a business
After he
suit
just pointed
on,
at every
It's a
person
Small
he was
World
just
ride.
with.
That
Yeah,
was
I
something
was
to
like, I
see.
can't be bothered to
It
remember
just
your
shows you
name.
what a caring, loving
Normie.
father he is.
but he said,
It hurt
"Remember
my soul
everyone's
to hear the
name."
terrible names that people call Donald.
What was that?
The
That
worst
that
one
Michael
is
Scott
racist.
shit
I take it as a
on
personal
The
insult
Office
that
where he's
people
like,
think I've had a
"You're bald,
37-year
Bob."
friendship with a racist.
Yeah, do that shit.
People who think that don't know what they're talking about.
All the mnemonic.
Growing up in the deep south,
Yeah, the mnemonic
I've
devices.
seen racism up close. I know what it is, and it isn't Donald Trump.
Whoa.
Just because
hey.
someone loves and respects the flag, our national anthem, and our country, doesn't mean they don't care about social justice.
He's
I
got
care
a
about all
great
those
Southern
things.
accent.
So
old
does
Herschel
Donald
Walker.
Trump. He shows how much he cares about social justice in the black community through his actions. And his action speaks louder than stickers or slogans on a jersey. He keeps right on fighting to improve the lives of black Americans and all Americans. He works night and day. He never stops. He leaves nothing on the field. Some people don't like his style. The way he knocks down
So I
obstacles
think
that
this
get in
is
the
going
way
to
of
be
his goals.
another kind
He's gonna
of
oppose
thing
a
we're going to
team that
see
like when I
throughout the
ran over
whole
them
week.
either.
This
But that's how you
Donald
get the
Trump
job
isn't
done.
racist.
I
Donald
pray every
Trump's
night
done a
that
lot
God
for
gives him
the
more
black
time.
and brown
Give him
communities.
4 more years.
Does
He has
it
accomplished
penetrate?
so much, almost all by himself on
I
a
think it
constant
penetrates
attack.
for white people. I think the
But there's
point of
still
this
more work to be done.
is for
If you love
white
America
White
and
people
want
to
make
feel
it
better in the suburbs, right?
Donald
yeah,
Trump is
so
your
they don't
president.
feel racist.
He's my president.
I think a
And
black
I'm blessed
person
to
is
call
going
him
to make their
friend.
own goddamn decision, and they don't care what Herschel Walker thinks. But
Good evening. I'm Natalie Harp, a formerly forgotten
Karen
American
cares, you know?
from California.
Who's this?
In the classic Jimmy Stewart film, It's a Wonderful Life,
Whoa!
Jimmy
given
Stewart!
a great
Yes!
gift.
Yes.
The chance to see what the world would be like without him. Tonight, Mr. President, we'd like to give you that same gift.
Oh, this is
Because
going to be
without
good.
you, we'd all be living in Pottersville, sold out to a crooked Mr., or I should say, a crooked Mrs. Potter. With no hope of escape except death itself.
That's what I'm looking for.
Because I
You
wouldn't
know
be
what,
alive
though?
today if it
Fair,
wasn't for you.
dude. Hillary Clinton
About
is
5 years
definitely
ago,
Mrs.
I was
Potter.
the victim of a notoriously deadly medical error. I survived, but only to be diagnosed with a rare
You're not
and terminal
wrong,
bone
dude.
cancer.
It was a good
You know,
burn.
the Democrats love to talk about healthcare being a human right.
She would have
But a
totally
right to what?
stolen
Well,
Jimmy Stewart's
I'll tell you.
uncle's money
To them,
and the
it's a right to
newspaper.
marijuana, opioids, and the right to die with dignity, a politically correct way of saying assisted suicide. I was told I was a burden to my family and to my country, and that by
Jesus.
choosing to die early, I'd actually be saving the lives of others by preserving resources for them, rather than wasting them on a lost cause.
Sounds
like
like she had
myself.
shitty doctors.
And when I failed the chemotherapies
Who
that
the
were on
fuck
the market,
says that?
no one
Who's
wanted me
saying
in
that to a
clinical trials.
cancer patient?
I'd make them look bad.
You know, it
You
would
didn't
be a
give me the
lot
right
better
to try
if you
experimental
just
treatments,
died.
Mr. President.
You
I really
dumb
wish
bitch.
that you were not
Without
alive.
you, I'd have died waiting for them to be
In
approved.
fact, it would be better
Now, with
for
the
everyone,
coronavirus,
the
everyone
whole
knows what that feels
society,
like to be
the
waiting
whole
for a
world,
cure. But we've
if you
only been
just
waiting a
killed
few
yourself
months.
now.
Just imagine what 2020
You know what's
would
so
have looked
funny?
like.
While I was
Fighting for your
in the
life
bathroom, I
without
noticed a
Donald
revolver
Trump
with one
fighting
bullet.
for it
I don't know
too.
what that's doing there.
In
All right, see you
January,
later.
There would have been no China travel ban.
By the way, I am
Millions
a
would have
doctor, a
died.
medical doctor.
Millions more would have been
Fuck
infected.
you, Natalie.
Could there be no record levels of testing? No right to try treatments? No fast track for a vaccine? Nor Operation Warp Speed ready to deliver it? And without Donald Trump as
Vaccine's
our
a lie,
patient advocate for
dude.
the past 4 years, well, The opioid epidemic would have stolen even more lives from even more families.
Well, and
Kidney
here's the
patients
problem,
would
right?
have
Just
no
to go ahead
future
and shit on the
except
Democrats.
dying on wait
What
lists.
we've done
Could there be no
is
initiative to increase
we've
donations?
put our own
There'd still be
liar
no accountability
in
at the
chief
VA.
to fight the
And our
other
brave
liar in
veterans
chief,
would still be
right?
suffering
So
long
it's
wait
just
times
we
with no
never have
choice,
to tell the
nor
truth in
access to
public
faster
again.
care.
Right?
Insulin and
Like,
other drug
Natalie Harp, who's gonna, like, fact check this Natalie Harp, right? It's like, yeah, sure, some doctor told you to fucking kill yourself. Sure. Right? But who cares? Like, we got Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Like, they're just all going to lie and say whatever, tell whatever story that they need to tell at that time, right? And, like, that's what we're learning as the American people. Just like, yeah, I can just say whatever shit and it doesn't mean anything.
Yep.
Yeah, you just make shit up.
You just make shit up.
None of it's real. They're like,
yeah, of course. Your doctor
doesn't
told
matter.
you to kill yourself.
Sure. All right. And your family said that you were a burden and you should die. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that's just what happens.
And thank God for Donald Trump, because he told you that you could live.
Trump looked at me and he told me, goodbye.
I really don't understand the logical
He pointed at me
line
and said,
between
"You,
that and
blonde
Donald
woman,
Trump.
you live."
Like it's never been legal.
Of Americans who would still be
Euthanasia?
If you and our favorite first lady hadn't given up your own wonderful life.
I thought it was legal in like Washington.
Yeah, I think
that was a long time ago, right?
Did they get rid of it? Who knows?
Is it currently legal in Washington?
I don't know
fucking
for a
know.
fact, but that's what I was thinking.
I'm not familiar with any big euthanasia stances by Donald Trump or a movement he's made against it, but maybe I'm just ignorant.
It's legal in Netherlands, I believe.
I saw a documentary where
Yeah,
someone
but
went to
so
the
is
Netherlands
prostitution, and they have like Medicaid for prostitution over there.
And on November 3rd,
Are you saying that prostitutes should kill themselves?
No, I'm saying the opposite. That you can get like a doctor's note that says I need to have sex 3 times from a prostitute.
Right.
And it's covered.
They prescribed it.
It's prescribed.
Damn.
Whoa! Euthanasia is legal in most of the U.S., but assisted suicide and assisted death is legal in D.C., California, Oregon, Vermont, Maine, New Jersey, Hawaii, and Washington.
Plenty of places.
I had no idea. Oh, I just learned something. Lifelong Democrat.
Why is a lifelong Democrat speaking at the Republican
Is he a
National
Democrat?
Convention? And that's a fair
they're
question.
doing the same thing.
And here's your answer.
Yeah.
The Democratic Party does not want black people to leave their mental plantation.
Whoa!
We've been forced to be there for decades and generations.
I thought we couldn't say
But I have
plantation
news
anymore.
for Joe Biden.
We can't.
We are
It is
free.
kind of a harsh word, isn't it?
We are free people with free minds. And I'm part of a large and growing segment of the black community.
Oh, he was referring
who are
to his
independent
own mental
thinkers,
plantation.
And we believe that Donald Trump is the president that
That's
America
weird.
needs to lead us forward.
Holy cow.
This is no time for sleeping in the basement. Joe Biden has
He's
had
never getting
47
another dollar
years
from the
to produce
Georgia
results.
Democratic Party, right?
But he's been all
Oh,
talk
no.
and no
I'm sure he's
action.
flipping to Republican
Just
tomorrow.
like
He'll
so
have
many
to
of the
flip.
Democrats
He'll have
who've
to
been
flip.
making
Well, is he
promises
still in
to
the
the
party
black
is the
voters
question.
for decades.
There's a D.
We've been their captive audience.
That means Democrat.
When President Trump
Well, I mean, is
sought
he
to
still in
earn the
office?
black vote, the
Yes,
Democratic
it doesn't
Party
say
leaders
former. It
went
says
crazy.
Georgia State Representative.
Nancy
I'm not
Pelosi and Chuck
trusting
Schumer
their fucking
literally started
taglines. I'm
wearing
looking
kente
this
cloths
up.
around
Look it up.
the U.S. Capitol.
They've been
As
good
if
about like
pandering
former
were enough
whatever.
to keep us satisfied. Let me tell you
He was
why I'm
elected
supporting our
to the Georgia
president.
House in 2016.
I grew up
In
the
April
South,
2020, he
in
announced
Laurel
his
Hill, North
endorsement for
Carolina,
Donald Trump,
Scotland
and
County,
he would resign.
the Green Pond
Over
community,
one day
to
after
be
the announcement,
exact.
he withdrew the
My
resignation
parents, Robin and
and
Rufus
said
Jones,
he would complete his term.
built with their
So he is
own
current.
hands
But he's
a
finishing
four-room
out his term,
cinder-block
essentially.
home with no indoor plumbing.
So I don't think he wants more money from him.
They had very limited education, but they instilled in us a strong work ethic that
He's about
drove
to
me
get,
from
like, a
those tobacco
cabinet
fields of North
position if Trump
Carolina
wins.
to
Oh,
those
yeah,
hallowed
maybe.
halls of the Georgia General Assembly.
My
That
parents
NFL
taught me
player has
if
a
I believed
position
in
in the
God,
administration. I looked that up
worked
too.
hard, and treated
As
every
what?
person fairly, there was
He's
no
on the
limit to
president's
what we could achieve.
athletics and nutrition
I
committee
attended
or
North
something.
Carolina
Good
Central
God,
University,
dude. They really do have a
an
committee for
historical
every
black
fucking
college.
thing, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
For generations,
God dang.
HBCUs have been the incubators that develop black scholars in math and science and religion.
Am I allowed to make fun of the way you just said
engineering, and
incubator?
politics.
I think it's
They have been
okay.
important
You are not.
ingredients for the black success.
He said that the Democrats don't want him to run
Democrats
his
haven't
mind
treated them that
plantation.
way.
I think he's
When
fair
President
game.
Trump took office, he changed everything.
Dumbest thing I've
He
ever
delivered
heard.
historic funding to
Dude,
HBCUs,
he's getting in the
and
stance,
he
man.
guaranteed it for 10
He's
years,
mad.
something that's never happened in the history of this country. That gave our HBCUs stability, the chance to grow,
like I'm beating
and
the shit out of
produce
these
the next
Democrats right
generation
now.
of black leaders. That's right, Donald Trump did that. He's also supported school choice to ensure that no child, no matter their race or zip code, is left behind. Every child should have access to a quality education. But education is just the beginning. The president also built the most inclusive economy ever, with record low unemployment for African Americans and record high participation in the workforce.
We're going to hear that another 20 or 30 times during this
in the
convention,
Trump
right?
tax
Yeah,
bill
that's
that would
also a lie.
drive
There was not
investment
record high
into our
participation in the
communities
workforce.
for decades to come.
There was a slight
He
uptick,
put
but
the
it wasn't. It was
interests
still
of
like at
American
63%
workers,
versus
and
61%.
especially black
Yeah, but it's
workers
a record if you're
first.
only looking at like the month.
That's right.
That
Donald
is
Trump
true.
did
If your time scale is
He
the
delivered
last
historic
4 years,
criminal
then yes, you
justice
broke a
reform.
record right before it collapsed again.
The policy of
I
encouraging
love that,
of
dude.
black people.
It used to be
which has
83%.
decimated our communities.
It's a record
caused
for the
by
Trump
no other
presidency.
than
For
Joe
my own
Biden.
presidency. For my own
Democrats wouldn't do it.
Records were
awesome.
broken,
Didn't want to
okay?
do it. And Joe Biden and Kamala
That's
Harris
awesome.
definitely wouldn't do it. But Donald Trump did it. He's also working every day to make our communities safer. As a former
I saw
executive
some
of DeKalb
polls
County,
that actually
Georgia,
showed that with
I directed one of the
independence,
largest public safety
Trump's
departments in the
going back
Southeast.
up
I've
post-convention.
seen tragic shootings on
Really?
both sides.
Yeah.
Officers killing citizens and citizens killing officers in the line of duty.
He went like from
Police officers are fellow
45
citizens.
to
They live
48
in our
or something
country.
like that with
They
independence.
have families too. They live in our
We
communities.
got a Kimberly Guilfoyle
Unfortunately,
tonight?
Democrats have turned their
LOL.
backs on our
And
brave
Steve
police
Scalise.
officers. They call it defunding.
I'm going to watch that one,
And
dude.
it's a danger to our cities. Our
I'm excited about
neighborhoods,
Nikki,
and our
dude. I bet
children.
she's like, so I'm about
Isn't
to
it
be your
ironic
new
that
VP,
Democrat
bitches.
politicians have personal security
drop.
to protect
Waiting
them.
for that announcement.
So why don't they forego
It's gonna show
their
Ken
security
crying.
and replace them with social workers, especially since that's what they want for you and me.
We got two South
Our police
Carolinians
need more
speaking.
funding, not less. For frequent
Ne-
psychological
one of them is,
examinations,
neither of them
for
is Lindsey
non-lethal
Graham,
remote
surprisingly.
restraint technology, and for more de-escalation and use of force
You mean
training.
Lady G, his
These
formal
are
name?
the common sense
They both
solutions
have bigger
that
balls
President
than
Trump supports.
Lindsey Graham.
True, sincere
Don't testicle
police
shame them,
reform.
dude.
That's right. Donald Trump did that too. Education, jobs, safety, security, on issue after issue. And in just a single term, he destroyed these negative forces that have victimized
Just
the
ignore
black
the
community
last 8 months,
for
please.
decades. He gave us the opportunity
Doesn't
to
count.
rise.
Corona does not count.
Now, you know, when I made
all know this.
the public
Has
announcement
eviscerated
for President
black
Trump,
communities, but that does not
all
count.
hell broke
It's
loose.
China's fault.
Well, the
I
coronavirus
was
is,
threatened,
you know, like
called an
Pitbull. You know,
and
Mr.
asked to
Worldwide.
resign by my own
So
party.
how
yeah,
can
yeah.
you say
Unfortunately,
that
that's
Pitbull is
consistent
Donald
with
Trump's
the
fault?
Democratic Party.
You
No, it's
can't.
Miami's
how
fault.
they
We all know
view
that.
Independent thinking
So I mean, it's the
black
same
men and
thing.
women.
It's the yeah, no, that tracks.
But I'm
Are
here
you
to
telling
tell
me
you
that Donald
that
Trump
black
is in
voices
charge of
are
Pitbull,
becoming
dude?
more woke
Nobody's in charge
and
of
louder
Pitbull.
That makes no
than
sense.
ever.
Mr.
The
Worldwide,
Democratic Party
dude.
has become
Mr. Worldwide.
infected with a pandemic of intolerance,
Yes.
bigotry,
Yes.
socialism,
Whoa.
anti-law enforcement bias,
And a dangerous tolerance for people who attack others, destroy their property, and terrorize our own communities.
Damn.
That's what this election is all about.
Vernon.
And that's why right now, more than ever before, America needs Donald Trump in the Oval Office for another 4 years. God bless you.
This guy's a former CEO, dude.
The clap line there would have been fucking uproarious.
Oh yeah, dude, would have lit it up. This guy's rich, and he's been involved in a couple shady real estate controversies as well.
A gunman walked into Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida.
Oh no!
And changed my life forever.
Ooh.
Oh, whoa!
My name is Andrew Pollock. His name.
I'm gonna go
isn't
take a
worth
pee
saying.
during this one, actually.
One of the
I'm just
seniors
gonna
walking
turn
in the
this
hallways
down.
that day was my beautiful daughter, Meadow.
Well, John, since I don't want to make jokes while this gentleman's talking, what are your thoughts so far? How do you feel about the convention as we've seen the first 40 minutes of it?
Well, I don't think we should hold back just because somebody's kid died and something. But you know, I'm a little disappointed. The lineup has not been great, but it's kind of the appetizer for the main show, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I'm hoping that a little later on we're going to get something more interesting. They are taking a couple more shots, though. I think the DNC saved it for the Louis Dreyfus moderator at the end there, but they're just coming in hot with every speaker.
Well, they're also doing the same thing that the Democrats did at their convention by like bringing in Democrats to the Republican convention to give validity to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it is interesting, though, because the DNC Republicans that they brought in were mostly normies. And it seems like they are more interested in bringing in, people that have a bit more status. I mean, this NFL player coming in and endorsing him, I assume was kind of a nod to like, look, black people like Trump. And then you have this Democrat as well who's endorsing him, but he was a representative in the Georgia House. So, I mean, like, it's not Joe Blow random old person on Zoom. It's an actual individual with a Wikipedia page that I just looked up.
Yeah. I mean, that's I guess two different theories of marketing, right? So there's the one school of marketing where you find like celebrities or people of status and use that as a marketing tactic for whatever your product is. And then there's another school of marketing that's just like, oh, the common people, people just like me use this product and like it.
Yeah.
How about just like a car going up a mountain? What kind of marketing technique is that?
I don't know. And
that's
like
called the Chevrolet.
Quiet and peaceful on like a rugged mountain.
Yeah.
Do you need to go over giant boulders daily for your job? Think of a Chevy Hemi.
I do. I gotta say though, I think having like a state house or Senate member who flipped is more effective than like Kasich flipping.
Yeah, because everyone hates Kasich.
I know, and that's why I think that it was kind of a dumb move to have him on there.
Who likes Kasich?
The Republicans certainly didn't like him, which is probably why he flipped so fast.
Who's the constituencies like, you know what? That John Kasich said he's voting for Biden.
He's
you know
doing
what?
it, man.
That did it for me. John Kasich is the final straw.
Yeah.
If anything, at least for me, I was like, dude, you know what? Maybe I won't vote for Joe Biden.
Because of John Kasich?
Yeah, well, and then all the others, right? It was like Lynn Cheney and I think who's Flake out from like Utah or whatever.
Yeah. Question. So I know
this guy has a super Jersey accent to be from Florida.
Yeah. I know one of the running conspiracies in crazy internet is that Parkland was faked. and created by the gun control lobby to try and like take away AR-15s. Do you think this is going to piss those people
Well, that
off?
comes from the Sandy Hook trope.
Yeah.
That was like the first time that really like hit that this is like all crisis actors and stuff like that.
Well, and part of the reason for that is that people immediately jump to politicize it, and that's a defensive move on the part of guns rights people. And then there's the people who take it too far and say that it's, you know, the whole thing, that nothing happened, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Like, sorry, John.
I think the notion that such events should not be politicized in the way that they are, I think that's a valid opinion to have. Even if I disagree with it.
Yeah, I'm just thinking in the mind of like, because I don't think it's like very widespread, but in the mind of that Parkland denier, do you think that this is making him angry at Trump?
Do I think that what is? Oh, the fact that this guy's speaking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm imagine like the one guy like alone in his parents' basement screaming at the TV who's like a Trump fan.
I can tell you that guy is probably so off the, you know, off the reservation, so to speak, that he probably didn't like Trump in the first place.
Yeah, I was gonna say that guy doesn't have broadband, probably.
That's
right.
He's really thinking outside the box to the point that even Trump, I don't think, would be an option.
I've known one. Well, she was actually Sandy Hook denier, but
what is this?
He and his family have been threatened with violence under Missouri law.
Oh, the McCloskeys!
Oh, baby! Oh, it's starting. All right.
The McCloskeys are coming.
The husband and wife attorneys charged with pointing guns at protesters.
They were simply trying to protect their home.
Oh my
Good evening, America.
Is that?
We are Mark and Patty McCloskey.
Oh,
We're
you
speaking to
fuckers!
you tonight from St. Louis, Missouri. Where just weeks ago
they
you
have
may
like
seen
mahogany
us defending
walls.
our home
Yeah,
as a
look at
mob
that
of
carving.
protesters descended on our neighborhood.
None of them are on your property.
America is such a great country that not only do you have the right to own a gun and use it to defend yourself, but thousands of Americans will offer you free advice on how to use it. At least that's what we experienced. What you saw happen to
free
us
advice. It's
could
the
just as
law. You
easily
can't
happen
point
to
a
any
gun
of
at
you
someone.
who are watching
It's
from
illegal.
quiet neighborhoods around our country. And that's what we want to speak to you about tonight.
That's exactly right.
Oh,
Whether it's the defunding of police, ending cash bail so criminals can be released back out on the streets the same day to riot again, or encouraging anarchy and chaos on our streets.
Yeah, baby.
It seems as if the Democrats no longer view the government's job as protecting honest citizens from criminals, but rather protecting criminals from honest citizens. Not a single person in the out-of-control mob you saw at our house was charged with a crime. But you know who was? We were.
Because they're on the sidewalk, you fuck.
And we're good white people with guns.
On top of that,
this is some dog whistling shit
the
right
Marxist
now, man.
liberal activist leading the mob to our neighborhood.
Look at all those black people
stood
in the
outside
picture.
our home with a bullhorn screaming, "You can't stop the revolution." Just weeks later, that same Marxist activist won the Democrat nomination to hold a seat in the U.S. House of Representatives. In the city of St. Louis, that's the same as winning the general election. That Marxist revolutionary is now going to be the congresswoman from the first
Is she actually
district
a Marxist?
of Missouri.
I highly doubt it.
These radicals are not
I was
content
gonna say,
with
she
marching
about
in
to
the
get my
streets.
vote.
They want to
What was
walk
the
the
name?
halls of Congress.
I
They
think they're
want to
talking
take
about
over.
Cory
They want
Bush.
power. This is Joe Biden's party.
CORI.
These are the people who will be in charge of your future and the future of your children.
They're not satisfied with spreading the chaos and violence into our communities. They want to abolish the suburbs altogether by ending single-family home zoning. This forced rezoning would bring
They're
crime,
getting rid of the
lawlessness,
burbs?
and low-quality apartments into now
Where
thriving
was that in
suburban
the Democratic
neighborhoods.
platform?
President
That's gonna
Trump
piss the
smartly
parents
ended
off,
this government
sure.
overreach, but Joe Biden wants to bring it back. These are the policies that are coming to a
They're
neighborhood
going to
near
bring
you.
poor people into our
So
neighborhoods.
make no mistake.
Well, this is
No matter where
definitely
you
like
live,
a dog
your
whistling
family
topic
will
around
not be
politics.
safe in
This
the
is
radical
so
Democrats'
dog
America.
And
At this moment in history,
I don't like
if
using
you
that
stand up
term,
for
but that is the
yourself
only thing I
and
can
for the
use for this right
values our
now.
country was founded on,
I mean,
the
this is
mob,
what it is. People
spurred
are
on by their
talking
allies
about,
in the media, will try to destroy you.
basically black
You've seen
people
us
and
on your TV
minorities coming to
screens
the
and Twitter
suburbs
feeds.
to
You know that we're not the
abolish,
kind of people who
quote
back
unquote,
down.
the suburbs.
Thankfully,
Yeah.
neither is Donald Trump. President Trump
Yeah,
will
back
defend
in the
the
good old
God-given
days, we had
right of
redlining that
every
just took care of
American
it for
to
us, you
protect
know?
their homes and their families. But more than that, Trump's vision for America is a country where you have an opportunity to work hard and build the life you dream of with a job you love, with your children
Pick
being
yourself up
educated
by
in
your
great schools,
bootstraps.
in a community where your family can play in the backyard without fear, worship in a church without shame, and express your beliefs without retribution. Trump brought us the greatest economy our country had ever
Whistling,
seen.
huh?
The Democrats have brought us nothing but destruction.
When we don't have basic
Nice.
safety and security in our communities, we'll never be free to build a brighter
It's pretty
future for
impressive
ourselves,
considering the
for our
Democrats
children,
don't
or for our
control any
country.
of the
That's what's at stake in this
full
election.
power
and that's why
in the
we
federal
must
government.
re-elect Donald
Yeah,
Trump.
really.
God bless you. God bless
it's
the
impressive.
president.
The
And
thing
God
that
bless
these United
infuriates me
States.
about this shit is that, like, it is legitimately illegal to point a loaded firearm at
Kimberly!
someone.
Good evening, America. I'm Kimberly Guilfoyle.
Like, that's not within your Second Amendment rights, unless that person is actually, like, unless you're about to shoot them in self-defense.
Proud American. And yes, a proud
She's a
supporter of
Latina?
President Donald J. Trump. Why? Because he is the president who delivers for America. He built the greatest economy the world has ever known.
Do you think her and
for
Donald
the
Trump Jr.
strivers,
have
the
a
working
good
class and
relationship?
middle class.
No.
As commander-in-chief, he
I
always
think about that
puts
every night.
America first. President Trump is the law and order president. Now,
No,
presidential
I have no
leadership is
idea.
not
It
guaranteed.
seems like a publicity
It is a
relationship.
choice.
Almost
Biden,
purely,
Harris, and
right?
the rest of the socialists will
It's the marriage
fundamentally
of
change
politics
this
and media.
nation. They want open
Very
borders,
symbolic.
closed schools,
Yeah.
dangerous amnesty, and will selfishly
It's almost
send
like a
your jobs
Scientology
back to China
arrangement.
while they get rich.
It's an arranged
They will
Illuminati marriage.
dismantle and
Yeah,
destroy
Rupert
America's law
Murdoch
enforcement.
went to whoever
When you are in
Trump's
trouble
handler is and
and
is
need
like,
police,
I got an idea.
don't count on the Democrats.
If we marry
As a
the
first-generation
press with
American,
politics,
I know how dangerous their socialist agenda is. My mother, Mercedes, was a special education teacher from Aguadilla, Puerto Rico.
Oh, she's
My
going to drop
father,
some
also
Spanish here and there
came
too,
to
huh?
this nation in
Yeah.
pursuit
She's
of
like,
the American
Democrats
dream.
aren't the only one that speak
Now, I consider
Espanol.
it my duty
well,
to
you know what was
fight to
interesting is
protect
that in
that dream.
2016, the Republicans had
Rioters
a
must
ton
not be allowed
of
to destroy our
Spanish-speaking
cities.
candidates.
Human
Yeah,
sex
Marco
drug
and
traffickers should not be allowed
Ted
to cross
Cruz
our border.
and
The same socialist
Baby
policies
Bush.
which
Yeah,
destroyed
yeah.
places like Cuba and
Well,
Venezuela
I mean, it was really,
must not take
yeah,
root
it was
in
it was
our
intentional on
cities
their part, I think,
and
because
our
they knew that the
schools.
demographics were shifting,
If
and they were
you
like,
want to see
we
the
can
socialist
capture
Biden-Harris
the
future for our
Latino
country,
vote
just
mainly
take a
on
look at
like
California.
abortion grounds. You know what I mean? Like
It is a
the
place of
ideological
immense
culture
wealth,
war.
immeasurable innovation,
They'll align more with
and
Republicans,
immaculate
but I think they didn't
environment.
get it, so then they
And
just
the
got kind of mad and
Democrats
stopped
turned it
trying.
into a land of
No.
discarded
They
heroin
wanted
needles
to
in
try.
parks,
That's why the Trump
riots in
election was so
streets, and
contentious.
blackouts in
Was
homes.
because it represented
In
the
President
moment
Trump's
where the
America,
Republican Party
we
was
light things up. We
trying
don't
to
dim them
tactfully
down.
skip
We build things
their
up. We
demographic
don't
base,
burn them down.
Mm-hmm.
and
We kneel
without
in
pissing off
prayer,
their traditional
and we
base, that
stand
being
Yeah.
for
WASP.
our flag.
And
The
Trump was
McCloskeys.
like, nope,
This
we're not
election
doing
is
that.
a battle for
Yeah.
the soul of America. Your
Really
choice
That's a
is
good,
free.
that's a fair point. It was mostly Trump that tore
Do
it
you
apart.
Yeah, I mean, that was
support
the election
cancel
where it was
culture,
supposed to happen.
the
Like Marco
Yeah.
cosmopolitan
Rubio was
elites
the
of
golden
Nancy
boy,
Pelosi,
Right.
Chuck
Yeah.
Schumer,
and
and
that was
Joe
supposed
Biden,
to change
who
the
blame
trajectory
America
for
first.
the foreseeable
Do
future.
you think America is to blame?
Well,
Or do you believe
I'll be honest, man. She's hitting the points pretty well. I mean, she's saying that like the left wants to give amnesty for criminals, defund the
Dude,
police.
she's Fox News trained. She knows her job. She knows what to do.
She's hitting the notes, man. And I'm not going to argue with it. I do want all of those things.
What show was she on?
They want to control what you see.
Oh, she's coming in hot right now.
Believe so that they can control how you live.
She's on a bunch of different Fox shows.
They want to enslave you to the weak, dependent.
I don't think she knows there's not a crowd.
Ideology to the point that you will not recognize
No, she's
this country or
imagining
yourself.
thousands and thousands of people in front of her.
From the beginning,
this is
when
like
President
very
Trump
fashy,
spoke about making America great again, he was speaking about that shining city on a hill.
Yeah, I need more
and
banging of the
restoring
desk.
beacon of light.
Yeah, she was just yelling about the Democrats want to enslave you to the weak and the victim and the whatever
President Trump
ideology.
Middle class taxes.
Oh, she hit the religious tones too, dude. She's like, we pray on our knees and we stand for the flag.
When President Trump
Did she practice this by watching like Mussolini videos? Like, what is she doing? Like, just on pure form right now.
That beacon started to glow. When he negotiated
play really
trade
well
deals with Canada, Mexico, Japan, and
Oh yeah,
China,
baby.
My favorite Mussolini is when he's like, when he's sitting there and then he goes and crosses his arms and then kind of like looks at everybody and it's just kind of like putting his shoulders back and forth. And I'm like, yeah, Mussolini.
You're my
He emancipates and lifts
my
you
favorite
up to
gift.
live your
I have it,
American dream. You are capable.
Pure
You are
machismo.
qualified, you are powerful, and you have the ability to
Kimberly
choose your
Guilfoyle
life
got a lot of
and determine
machismo,
your
huh?
destiny.
Dude, she's.
Don't let the Democrats take you for granted.
Oh my God.
Don't let them step on you. Don't let
Talking
them
about
destroy
destiny?
your families, your lives, and your future. Don't let them kill future generations because they told you and brainwashed you and fed you lies that you weren't good enough.
I like it.
Like my parents.
Dude,
You can
she keeps
achieve
jumping
your
back and
American
forth
dream.
between like, they're gonna murder you, but then starts just like grinning and like, my family.
Manifest and be the change in this
The roller
country
coaster.
that you dream, that you hope, that you
It's an
believe
effective
in.
fashy
Stand for an American
technique.
president who is fearless,
Yeah,
I
if
will
you've,
say,
believes in you,
This
and
is
who
already
loves
more exciting
this
than any other
country
speech I
and will
saw to
fight
be.
for her.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%, dude.
President Trump
Agreed.
is the leader who
And also,
will
just like
rebuild
side
the
note, if you're ever
wonders of
starting a
America
cult, this is also a
and
really
ensure that
effective
every
way of
citizen can
speaking. Jim
realize
Jones
their
talked in a very
American
similar
dream.
fashion.
Ladies and gentlemen, leaders and fighters for freedom and liberty and
Oh
the
my God.
American dream, the best is yet to come.
Hail Trump! Oh, clap! Oh, hell, Lord Trump!
You know what, man? I feel worse for
Can we
her.
start calling Trump Il Duce?
Probably. She deserved to give that in front of a crowd.
Yeah, true.
Congressman Steve Scalise.
Oh, hey,
We're facing
Steve.
some tough challenges in America. This isn't the first time
What a
we've been here.
foil!
Yeah, what
I've
a
worked
that's
closely
perfect.
with Donald Trump over the last few years.
I'm Congressman
But one
Steve.
constant
Supposed to
theme
do.
to how he approaches problems.
You know?
It's how much he cares
He
about
probably
the
saw
hardworking
that and was
people
like, what the
that
fuck?
Washington left behind. I've seen this firsthand.
What the hell was
After
that?
I was shot on a baseball field by a leftist
I'm
gunman,
Congressman Stevie,
first responders
and here's my
rushed me to a
2
hospital
cents.
where I battled for my life.
Yeah,
I'm not going to
That
scream
same
like that
night,
crazy
Donald
lady.
Trump came to the hospital
They
along
did,
with First
they
Lady
did try to
Melania Trump.
assassinate him.
They consoled my wife Jennifer.
We can't make
They
fun
were
of that.
there
dude.
for my family in my darkest hours. Donald Trump would call to check on me throughout the following weeks, just to see how I was doing.
Kind of a weak assassination.
That's the kind of
man.
person he is. That's the side of Donald Trump that the media
Well,
will
it's
never show
interesting
you.
because, you know,
Look, there's a lot at stake. This is an election between a party that
what
wants
was
to
her
burn
name?
down the foundations of our country to the ground, and a party that wants to rebuild
the
and protect our
Democrat
great
that got
nation.
shot from
The
Arizona.
left wants to defund the police.
Oh, I forgot her name.
This
I
is
knew
personal
exactly
to
what
me.
you're talking about.
You know who
I
I'm
wouldn't
talking
be here
about?
without the bravery and heroism of the men and women in law
I
enforcement.
forget
who
her
saved
name
my
off the
life.
top of my head. But anyways, it's
President Trump
interesting that
stands
they
with those brave
both
men and women.
had
Joe Biden has embraced
representatives
the
who
left's
were
insane mission
shot.
to defund them. There won't be an America
Speak,
to leave to our children
right?
and grandchildren without
Yeah.
those brave law enforcement
It's
officers.
kind of a
and first
weird thing
responders.
to do.
Hey,
Joe
nothing like
Biden's
a
made a
martyr.
career in Washington for
Well,
47
and they're coming
years,
at it from
promising
different
things he's
angles,
never
right?
delivered. In just 3 short years, President
Was
Trump
it
has delivered
Guilford?
huge wins for American
Or
families.
am I thinking Guilfoyle?
While Joe Biden made
Gifford.
hollow promises when he chaired the Senate
Gifford.
Judiciary Committee, Donald Trump took action and
You know, she
delivered
went
criminal
in was
justice
like,
reform.
you know, we need
Joe
to
Biden
have
claims to
serious
care
gun
about the
reform.
working
You
man.
think Steve
But
Scalise
millions
wants
of good
any gun
manufacturing
reform?
jobs
Probably
were
not,
shipped
actually.
overseas during the Obama-Biden
need more
years
guns?
to countries like China.
We
Donald
need
Trump
more
brought
guns
those
on the
jobs
street.
back. I've seen how deeply President Trump cares about rebuilding our evaporating middle class. President
guns
Trump
for the
pledged to
good
give the
or
forgotten
protect
men and
against
women of
the guns
America
for
a
the
real
evil?
shot at the American dream. And again, he delivered. The lowest unemployment rate in over 50 years, women creating small businesses at record pace, wages rising
Is that-
the fastest
is that
by
true?
for lowest income levels. What can Joe Biden say to that?
You what?
What has Joe
Wages what?
Biden
Which
done
part?
in his
About the,
47
women-owned
years in
businesses?
Washington that can
I
compare
actually
to
don't. I
that?
hadn't heard that one before.
President Trump has delivered for the hardworking people of this great nation. It's going to take that kind of bold leadership to
Guys,
get
I
us
think
out
I'm going
of
to have
this
to
COVID
go for a
crisis.
Steve Scalise haircut.
After President Trump saved lives by shutting down
You can
flights
rock
from
the
China and
Scalise,
Europe,
dude.
he's now
I'm gonna
focusing
go into
the
my
full
barber
weight of the
tomorrow and be
government
like, "Give me
on a
this Scalise."
revolutionary plan to
Give me
cure
the
this
Scalise.
virus by cutting red tape and
High and
empowering
tight.
scientists to
The guy's
create
going to
a
be like,
vaccine.
say no more.
This is visionary leadership
Oh, I know.
in action.
Oh, you're
know.
about
At a
the
time
sixth
when we
guy to
can't
come in
afford
here
another
today for the
47
Scalise.
years of hollow promises. America's been through tough times before. Who better to lead us out of these times?
This
than
guy's
the
from
president who already
Louisiana?
built the strongest
Doesn't seem
economy
like
our
it.
country has ever seen.
He didn't
Donald
sound
Trump
like
did
it.
it before.
I want a little patois
Trump
in my
will deliver for us
Louisianan, you
again.
know?
For sure.
God bless you, and God bless these United States of America.
He should have said these United States.
See, I come from the bayou. Way down deep. I like the alligator balls and, well, I like the little crawdads, too.
I'm Sean Parnell, and it is an honor to be here. In 2006,
Who's this
the Army sent me
jabroni?
to Afghanistan as a young platoon leader,
Oh, God
placed
damn
in
it.
command of Americans from every corner of our planet.
You
Our
must
platoon
shed,
reflected the
you must
diversity of our
shed your
nation, every race,
apprehension
creed,
about
and
making
religion.
fun of people.
I
Despite
know.
those differences,
I
we were
can't
bound
immediately
together as
go
brothers
for
from the same
jabroni
American
or something
family.
like that. Look at this douche.
On June 10,
Well,
2006, our
I
platoon
was
attacked
injured in
just after
Iraq,
dawn.
saving your freedom.
Outnumbered
Ah,
10
fuck.
to 1, we endured mortar and machine gun fire as hundreds.
Can I just make one comment though? I have never seen such a tiny Purple Heart on anyone before. I didn't know they made them that small.
Wave after wave
Well,
of
it's like a
Taliban
pin.
advanced up the hill.
It's like the
I
size
was
of a
wounded
flag
3
pin.
times
Yeah, I
in the
guess maybe it's
fighting.
just a
Nearly
No,
all of my
he
platoon was
barely
wounded
got
within
hurt.
the first
Okay.
minute, but the enemy kept coming. We
The
fought to
Purple
our
Heart
last
is
rounds of
proportional
ammunition,
in
and when
size
it was
to
over,
the severity of your
we
injury.
held the hill.
He kind of rocking the high top
In the
fade,
face of
though,
death,
huh?
He's got
I
a
saw
good head of hair.
ordinary
I'll tell him,
Americans
man.
become heroes. In our darkest hour,
It's
when our
something-
survival depended
Someone needs to tell
on
him
each
to take
other,
care of the eyebrows,
my men and I
though.
learned an important lesson.
Yeah.
We all
They're strong
bleed
on
red.
the ends, but weak in the
Our
middle.
differences did
Yeah.
not define us.
Well,
United,
and it's trying
we
to
were
connect.
unbeatable.
You know, it's like
After
that
485
that
days
bridge
of
in
combat, I
Alaska.
came home eager to enjoy the freedoms I
It's
risked my
almost
life
a bridge
to defend.
to nowhere.
But I watched with alarm as the party of my grandfather, a lifelong Union Democrat, turned against the very people it professed to represent. I watched as
Yes.
Joe Biden
I don't
spit
disagree
venom
with that.
at an auto worker who dared to question Joe's intent to dismantle the Second Amendment and take your guns. Where Democrats once stood for hard
We're really
working,
going to go on
law-abiding
the
Americans
opposite,
who
right?
displayed
We're going to
our
go,
flag with
they're
pride.
taking your
This
guns.
new Democrat Party considers these people uneducated racists
So,
clinging to guns
so
and
riddle me
violence.
this.
The
You
party
think
of
that
Harry
they're going to
Truman
dismantle the
became the
Second
party of
Amendment
hedge
and
fund
take your
managers,
guns?
Hollywood
Or are they going to
celebrities, tech
dismantle your
moguls,
guns
and
and
university
take the Second
professors,
Amendment?
all bloated with contempt
Ooh,
for
that's a
middle
great
America.
question.
I look across the aisle and I do
Riddle
not
me
see
that,
a
Batman.
party that wants you to pursue your dreams. I see a
Joe
Democrat
Biden's
party
just
that
going
wants
to take
to
some
dictate
white out to
what
the
those dreams
Constitution.
are.
He's like,
I
and
don't
it's
see
gone.
a party that wants
I
you
want
to
you to
be
pursue
free.
your
I
dreams
see a party
and
that
your
wants to chain you
guns.
to conformity and will destroy anyone they deem a heretic.
Who's ever taken your gun,
I swore an
motherfucker?
oath to defend my country and its Constitution. President Trump has sworn
Say
to do
that
the
to the
same.
McCloskeys, dude.
That's why he's advanced freedom, despite savage political attacks, to overcome the agenda.
You can't do that.
President took their guns.
Has unleashed the
Rule number
economic
one
wave
at
of
gun
extinction
school
like
is
no
you don't
other
point a
president
loaded
in our
firearm
history.
at a bunch
He
of
triggered
random
the rising
people in a
tide of
crowd.
working families,
Yeah.
Well,
brought us energy
all right, that was the
independence,
gun school
reclaimed
you went
jobs from
to.
overseas.
All right,
You know,
They clearly didn't go to
said
gun
would never
school.
return.
I went to gun
Fiercely
school.
defended the besieged First and Second Amendments. That is just a start.
they went to the
With 4 more
McCloskey
years,
School of Law for
imagine what we can
Guns and
achieve
other
by
things that are
simply
really good
working
too.
with our president.
Must have.
They
I
are
believe in
lawyers,
our
I
president's
believe.
vision for the
They
future.
are.
Imagine
They both
that-
are.
I stand
Yeah.
here tonight calling on all
I'm just
Americans
imagining
to
if it was a
join us.
black
It
family
doesn't
that had
matter
pointed
what
a gun
you
at a
look
white
like,
crowd,
who
what
you
the fuck
love,
would have
how
happened
you
then?
worship your gender or your job. If you're a traditional Democrat who's
Would've
become
gotten shot.
disillusioned with how radical your party has become, then stand with us. You are most welcome.
Oh, unless they
America
were like
needs all
super
her patriots
Trumpites,
to rush
maybe
to her
not.
defense.
I think they would have
My
gotten shot
fellow
regardless.
Americans, I promise you this. In our tent, you are free. Free to speak the truth. Choose your journey.
Inside our
define your
bordered
life.
walls
You have
where
the
you're not
power
allowed
go
to
as far
leave,
as you
you're
aim, but
totally
aim
free.
higher and keep going because that is what Americans do. We are idealists and dreamers, lovers of adventure. We're rugged and independent. We don't make excuses.
Yeah, baby.
We make the impossible a reality.
Sport it.
Think about it.
Yes.
In a century, we went from ground-bound dreamers gazing to the stars
To the moon.
to doers who created the means to reach them.
Nice.
This is not the time to stand on the sidelines. If you love our country as we do, as our president does, join the chorus of patriot voices that will preserve this exceptional union.
That was a good phrase.
President,
If you love the
lead the way.
moon and want to go
and
back,
our American family believes
Listen,
in
Donald
this path to
Trump,
destiny.
I've said this before, I'm going to say
Guide
it
us to
again.
that horizon.
Great space
Thank
policy.
you, and may God bless the United
He
States of
honestly,
America.
I don't know why the fuck that was the weirdest grin I've ever seen in my life.
Are you a space cowboy?
What was that?
Do you
smile?
want to be a space cowboy? Vote for Trump.
Dude, they need to be pushing Mars more. I think that they're really missing an opportunity. Trump is going to get us to Mars.
we should try and form our own.
We are judged by our
constituency
character with
that's
dignity
like
and
the
respect
space
for
vote.
all.
And like,
Just, yeah.
parties need to vie for our vote.
Go ahead and turn it down a little
Belief
bit,
that all
Paul.
are created
Yeah,
equal.
yeah.
That lives matter irrespective of race.
Okay.
The parties need to earn the space vote.
They really do. See,
Yeah, but
there
I
we
mean,
go, more
honestly,
space.
other than like 3 of us, like who is the space vote?
I guarantee there's a huge.
Whoa, whoa,
space
whoa!
vote.
Why are they showing Bernie?
He's the evil corruption.
We chose a different path.
Oh.
A man who is not a politician. A man who
Because we decided not to go with the
A man
socialists.
who works tirelessly for
Oh,
Okay, back.
More like
see, he can shake Normie's hands occasionally. You know what though,
Hey,
dude?
Pelosi.
Fuck Adam Schiff. And fuck Pelosi there too, dude. I hated that.
It takes a true leader to solve problems.
The ripping of the paper. Like,
You don't like
so
your signaling?
brave. So brave.
So brave. So brave like her.
They're
Hashtag don't mess-
showing Mayor de Blasio quite a bit. He must have awful ratings.
He ain't cool.
He must have awful poll numbers because they're just showing him over and this is the Democratic Party. Bill de Blasio.
Yeah. Do you want your city to become like New York? That's what I've done.
I mean, that just worked on me. I gotta admit.
That's
I
what
don't
I've
want to
done.
be like New York City. I hate New York City.
I don't want to be like Bill de Blasio.
Why are we showing prisons?
Hate Bill de Blasio.
I was so afraid.
It's
oh shit!
It's probably the woman that
Death Row?
did the commercial for him, right?
Yeah, the Death Row woman.
Yeah.
The Kim Kardashian lady.
Yeah, the Kim Kardashian lady, exactly.
Dude, we are for the pod listeners. We are like watching the most dark shots of prisons and barbed wire, and just like close-ups with high aperture.
Yeah, way close up of barbed wire. That was kind of weird.
Korea. We're following some breaking news in Turkey where an American pastor, Andrew Brunson, has been released.
An American jailed in
Wait, what are
Egypt
we-
is back in the U.S. this morning after an
It's all the people that Trump has gotten out of trouble.
President Trump successfully
Oh, the skilled negotiator.
prisoners among the most
Too good.
presidents in American history. While families waited in despair for news of their loved ones, President Trump provided a new.
He freed the most people in American history. Is that true?
That can't be true.
Back home, where he should be. He was
In 3 years?
Yemen and
That seems surprising in the compared to eras when we've been at war, where there's lots of POW.
Joshua Boyle.
And when I say eras when we've been at war, I mean ones that are like.
Well, even like Reagan liberated a whole Iranian embassy.
That's true, yeah. How many was that? That was dozens, right?
It had to have been.
America has not and will not turn its back on our people. President Trump will bring them home.
Nice. Nice.
Diplomacy.
President Trump, like a Marine, leaves no man behind.
The ingredients of hope when there is no hope. No American should ever be left behind. Priority, freeing American hostages.
I like my soldiers not captured. Okay.
We have 6 incredible people who were held
Whoa,
hostage.
they're
by
way
various
close together. Do you
countries.
see how everyone's
And
far
I'm
away
very
from
pleased
Trump,
to
though? I
let
love
everybody
that.
know that we
Yeah,
brought
they're
back
all far away
over
from Trump, but
50
they're within a
hostages
foot of each
from
other.
22
Don't
different
get close to me.
countries. We
Do
worked
not
very
get
hard
fucking
on it,
close to me.
Ambassador O'Brien and
Wait, I want to
others.
see if he calls him you.
And I will tell you, we're very proud of the job we did. But
He's gonna
I'd
call
like
him
to ask
soldier.
maybe Pastor Brunson to say a few words, so we can go through and just give us a little history of
Oh,
what
no, he knew their
happened
name.
and
All right, good for him.
How is life treating you?
I was held in Turkey for 2 years.
These are all the people he's
And you took
That's true.
unprecedented steps.
So he
actually,
remembered
to
their
secure
names.
my release, and your administration really fought for me. And I
Who's
think if
that-
you
who's
hadn't done
that
that,
rapper
I may
who
still be
was,
in
like,
Turkey.
in
I'm
prison
very
for
grateful.
28 years, right? They had you there for. They had you scheduled for a long time, Andrew.
Yes.
We had to get you back, and I have to say that.
What was
to
that,
me,
John?
President
There
Erdogan
was
very
a,
good. And I know they had you
hip-hop
scheduled for a long
artist, I
time, and you
think,
were a very innocent
an
person.
American
And
citizen
he
who was.
ultimately.
Oh,
went to
yeah,
a
yeah,
Russian
yeah,
conversation
over in
with
like
you.
Belgium or
So we
something.
Yeah, he was
appreciate that,
in some
and
northern
we appreciate the
European
people of
country
Turkey,
in
and you still
jail
appreciate the
for
people of Turkey, I understand, right?
I love the Turkish people.
Oh, shit.
I'm
Who
trying
was
to
that?
take,
It's great to have you back, Andrew.
to
Thank
take
you. Please.
credit
Mr.
for his
President, thank you for
release.
having me.
Thank
My
you.
name is Sam Goodwin. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I was held in Syria for 63 days, and I think I speak for
ASAP Rocky,
my fellow
dude.
former hostages and
Here it
detainees here when I say I'm as grateful as I've ever been for anything to be home
I don't
safely.
think he got the call.
And, thank you for the invitation and opportunity to be here. Particularly,
Or he
Ambassador
didn't
O'Brien
pick
was
up.
incredibly supportive and helpful to my family, and can't say enough
To be
nice
fair, I
things
think
about him. Thank you
they'd
for
be
promoting
falling
him.
over themselves
And
to get
just
ASAP
really
Rocky.
happy to be here, so thank you.
We got
You
you
think
back.
Trump called him? ASAP,
We got you
ASAP,
back.
listen,
And we
listen,
have
need you to do a
some more
spot
that
for
we're
me.
working on right
He's
now
like,
to get back.
Mr.
We
Rocky,
better
I got
do.
it.
Please, go ahead.
You know how I saved your life from the Belgians?
It's an honor to be here, honor to meet
Those
you in
evil
person.
Belgians.
Basically,
Those
what had happened
awful
with me is
with
I
their
went to travel
stoop
around to the country
waffles
a lot.
and their
It turned out
chocolate.
there was a major
Oh,
tribe,
God.
and I was
Maybe-
apprehended there.
They're
I went
awful.
through a lot.
With
in
their
injustice system, in the Iranian
fountains
injustice system.
that
Iran is
pee
an
water.
oppressive, extortionist, terrorist regime. You know what I'm talking
Look,
about.
Sheriff,
But
little
what
boys,
you did,
little
sir, is you were
penises.
able to get
Need
out of
water.
that in record time. It was
And they
amazing.
pee.
Thank you very
Hey,
much.
I've never seen anything like it.
I go up to it. I'm like, this is the smallest fountain in the world. I got a bigger fountain in my shitter.
For 2 years.
I know very well.
Fountains are tiny. You don't even understand. It's tiny.
I hate the Belgians. I hate them.
And it was a great honor
Do you
to be able
speak
to meet
French?
you right when we
Do
got
you
back.
speak something
I
else?
remember
Who
a lot of people
knows?
asked me, what was it like meeting President Trump? And I just say I was blown away. I had just gotten released after 2 years. Then I'm shaking the hand of the president in the Oval Office. So I don't really remember a whole lot of it. So it's nice to meet you again. And it's been great. It's been great to be back, helping people through situations that they've gone through. And now we have started our family.
Well, the great people of Utah.
So I'm
really
trying to
wanna
find
be-
where Trump is the president to release the most hostages, and I can't find it. It doesn't.
There's no way that's real.
No, it doesn't seem real at all. He keeps saying that he's the best at it, but like I can't find any numbers that show that he's released more than any other president in 3 years.
Well, he's the best negotiator, dude.
Thank you very much.
He is more involved in them, though.
That is clearly true.
Brian there spent an unexpected trip
He
there
may
in India. I was not going to
lead
India. I was
in
going to
terms of
Nepal.
hostages that
for
he
the
has
last 18
directly
years.
been involved in.
But on behalf of my
Because
family,
usually the
myself,
president
thank you,
doesn't actually directly get involved in
President
that, so
Trump
I don't
for
know.
getting us out
That
and
guy
getting
got
us home.
stopped in
The
India.
darkest moment of our
Aren't they
whole time
allies?
together, your letter
Yeah.
to my wife came.
Oh, dude,
And
he
it
got
really gave her
Slumdog
hope and
Millionaire.
peace. And from that time forward, as
How did you know the
people was involved,
questions?
especially the ambassador there.
How did you know the
India,
questions?
things became more peaceful and the hope.
Well, you
What'd
see,
he
when
do?
For the last
I was a
50
little
years.
boy
We really
growing
wanted
up
to come
in
home because they had planned on
Mississippi,
keeping me for,
I had
35 years.
a chicken house,
The original
and
charge thing
well,
was
that's how I
35
know
years,
how much a
and that was
chicken
cleared,
poops
and
in
then
one
they came up
day.
with new charges, so there was 7-year term.
They ought to
You
make
responded very well to my
American
request,
make that
so we appreciate that.
for the
We
Republic.
appreciate it.
Everything y'all did.
Thank you all for being with us. We have a few more people we want to get back, and we will get them back.
This
and they'll
really
be back
is
very
going to be
soon.
the
Thank
Trump
you very
show,
much.
isn't it?
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Great stories.
Yep, yep, yep.
It's gonna be 4 days of him doing like little like. Let me interview these normal people.
Well, I mean, what do you prefer though? Do you prefer that, or do you prefer Biden, the absentee nominee?
Can I say neither? Is that allowed? Or do I have to choose one?
I'd like the more that I see a person, the better, in my opinion. Like the better of a judgment I can make about them.
To be honest, I really am surprised by the low energy of the whole thing. I mean,
Yeah.
Guilfoyle, high energy.
Yeah, Guilfoyle should have been the headliner tonight.
Yeah, she ruled. I mean, just like pure fascist tendencies.
Dude, she came out and she's like, I am burning this motherfucker down. And she did.
Dude, I'm telling you, if she gave that to a crowded convention room, the place would have burnt down.
Yeah, really.
Dude, yeah, an RNC convention, they would have rioted. They would have been so excited.
Rioted.
They were just an accidental RNC riot. No one meant for it to happen, but
They would have put
their
their khaki jeans on, their white polos, and they would have gotten the tiki torches.
Just
Yeah, you
50-year-old
definitely see some casual Romans being thrown up.
Yeah, dude. 50-year-old white people just having sex in the aisle, just massive orgy. Like, it would have been amazing.
Oh, I was getting more of an Apollonian energy, not a Dionysian. But
All of it would have
All
came
the
out,
energy.
dude.
All the pagan
Every
energy.
bit of it. All the raw human emotions.
Trump could just be eating grapes or being fed grapes.
Yep.
There was that great European sickness back in like the 1500s where people would just like dance out in the street for like weeks at a time and die from exhaustion. That's what would have happened.
It's because Kimberly Guilfoyle's ancestor gave a speech.
I've seen ideas like this before, and I am here to tell you.
Yep.
We cannot let them take over our.
All right, so for our podcast listeners, we now have the Sunshine Gasoline Distributors founder and president, Maximo Alvarez, who looks like the grandpa from Up, to be completely
Kind of
honest.
looks like the grandpa. Kind of looks like
promises.
Like Joe Paterno too.
Bro, you nailed it. That is the grandpa from Up.
If you have a chance, go to the Freedom Tower in Miami. Stop and listen.
Maximo.
Oh, dude, I bet he's a Cuban
broken
nationalist.
promises. It is the sound of waves in the
Yeah, it'd
ocean
be a
and
good
carrying
guess, for
families
sure.
clinging to pieces
You
of
got to
wood.
hit the Cubans.
Families with
Almost
children who
guarantee
can't
it.
swim,
Well, Cubans
but
are
willing
the
to risk
only,
everything to reach
I
this
believe,
wasteland.
the only Latino
It is the sound of
contingent
tears
that
reading the paper of
consistently
an
votes
application
Republican.
to become an American citizen.
Because they hate socialists.
Well, they're all
Most heard and liked
they all got
promises.
kicked out when Fidel.
Yeah, the ones who
they
came to
experience
America
the
hate
reality.
the socialists. There's
Yeah.
a selection
Look
bias.
at them.
Yeah.
it's them coming.
Yeah, strong selection bias there.
Those four promises.
That is a
spread
good point, John.
the
I
wealth.
appreciate you making that point.
Free education.
I'm
Free
here
healthcare.
for
Defund the
veracity.
Free education. How silly is that? You should have to pay for K through 12.
Yes.
Radical to my ears.
Free health care.
They sound familiar.
Stupid.
And Fidel Castro was asked if he was a communist.
Comunista.
He was a Roman Catholic. He knew
You know what I've been listening to a lot recently? Like Russian militaristic folk songs.
Totally destroyed.
Nice.
The Soviets were right to embrace
Chicago,
that aspect.
Portland, and other cities. When I see the history being
What did Fidel call his kind of? Because like Chavez called it Chavismo. Was there like a Fidelsmo?
Fidelismo.
Castrosmo?
I thought I had outrun.
There's one website page for Maximo Alvarez, and it's crashed.
To decide my fate.
I think everyone else in the country also is trying to look this guy up.
It's like, who the hell is this
Who
guy?
the fuck is this guy? It said limit reached. You can't take any more people.
Maximo. I would decide my own future. I am so
Maximo's a great first name.
Pretty baller.
I was able to build my American dream through hard work and determination.
Maximo.
President Trump knows that the American story was written by people just like you and I.
Definitely not by him, though. You're born rich, motherfucker.
People just like QAnon, he says.
Oh, dude. Dude.
Q is right. Q is real. Q is right. He's done it again.
And I said
Maximo. Maximo.
Everything that I have
Yo, let's turn this off and just watch Gladiator right now.
Yeah, I think that's right.
1%.
We're gonna
be more interesting.
We're doing Mystery Science Theater for Gladiator.
Yeah, for Gladiator. Yeah.
This shit's so much less rock and roll than I thought it was gonna be.
Bring back Kim.
Bring back Kim, dude. I mean, in a empty room, she tore down the building.
Mm-hmm.
President Trump.
Do you think she did cocaine before that speech?
Oh, dude, she did several lines.
Uppers are a very fashy drug for sure. Of all
dude.
Some kind of like
keep up that energy.
Some kind of methamphetamine for sure.
They will hand the country over to those dangerous forces. You and I.
Oh, okay, so if uppers are fashy, what's left wing? What's a left wing drug?
Fucking weed, dude.
Yeah, weed and mushrooms. It's from the earth, bro. Like, how could anything be bad that's grown naturally, man?
Yeah. Weed and shrooms for sure.
That really does describe America, though. Half of the people are railing coke, and then half of them are just smoking a J.
Good Lord, bless America.
If we could just, fuse those two, right? Like cocaine blunts, right?
Can it be
that's
done?
a good thing.
Has science gone too far?
Dude, they keep bringing out Bernie.
They came up with, if implemented,
that's a total
the most progressive president since FDR.
The radical left has taken over the
That's such a
Democratic
total
Party,
reversal from their 2016 line.
Yeah.
At this point in 2016, they were actively courting Bernie Sanders supporters, and never said anything negative about him. Only said positives.
Mm-hmm.
And so they've completely reverted to old school Cold War talking points.
Well, and to this day,
let me go ahead and be a little fair to the Trump campaign. Bernie didn't do himself any favors, right? Like, even I would say the Bernie contingent in 2020 was different than the Bernie contingent in 2016. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, I agree with that. And
Bernie went way down the Nikki.
Is this
Bernie
when she announces?
Oh God, dude, I'd hope so. Oh, Nikki Haley.
Yeah, but like
There's a weird part of me that just loves the shit out of her.
And it's about a speech she gave.
But like on the Bernie thing, like to this day, like Hill Dog supporters still blame Bernie supporters for her loss.
She called out his
Yeah.
Democratic
That's
opponent.
fine.
Like, y'all ain't gonna be able to bitch anymore.
The Democrats are going to blame everyone but themselves for a loss.
It's never their fault, dude. It's never their
fault.
complete lack of backbone.
And that was a huge part of the underlying message of the DNC was like, don't vote for these candidates who are a long shot or who we say are a long shot.
Today, Joe
So,
Biden and the Democrats are still
that's just part of their platform at this point.
Well, it was, and it was the blame game. The whole DNC every single day, there was somebody up there saying, we got Trump because you decided not to vote.
For the faint of heart.
You can fix this mistake.
Yeah, and I mean, it started like that too. Like 2016, it's like she lost because of Bernie. She lost because of the Comey letter. She lost because everyone fucking hated her.
Yeah, she was an awful candidate. She should have never been chosen, but she controlled the machine.
Mm-hmm.
She still controls the machine. That's how we got Biden and Kamala.
Yeah, I got to give it to her for a behind-the-scenes kind of character. She's pretty damn good.
Toughest sanctions on North Korea in history.
Yeah, agreed.
Obama and Biden let Iran get
Go
away.
ahead and give me a little bit. Give me a little bit more. I want to know what Nikki's saying,
full
dude.
of cash. President Trump.
My heart's
did the right
fluttering
thing
right
and
now.
ripped up the Iran nuclear deal. Obama and Biden
It's something
led
in the
United
water, dude.
Nations
We just
to
love
denounce
Nikki.
our friend and ally, Israel. President Trump
Oh,
moved our
God.
embassy to Jerusalem, and when the UN tried to
Fuck
condemn
you.
us, I was
Oh,
proud
my
to cast
God,
the
dude.
American
She
veto.
loves Israel.
This president has a record of strength and success.
She loves Israel and she
former
loves
vice
Israeli
president
settlements in
has a record
Palestinian
of
territory, which is a
Isn't
fucking
Mike
war crime.
Pompeo speaking
Joe
from
Biden
the
is good
embassy
for
in
Iran and ISIS.
Jerusalem?
Great for communist China.
I
And
think
he's
I
a
heard that.
godsend to everyone who
That
wants
probably- I
America
don't
to
know.
apologize,
I
abstain,
don't think that's
and
ever
abandon
happened that
our
a
values.
Secretary of State has spoken
Donald
from
Trump
an
takes a
embassy in
different
another
approach.
country.
He's tough
That
on
probably
China,
sounds right.
and he took on ISIS and
Israel is our
won.
greatest ally.
And he tells
Also,
the
is
world
Charlie
what
Kirk,
it needs to
speaking of
hear.
Israel and our greatest ally, is Charlie Kirk
At
speaking
home, the
tonight?
president
He's
is the
speaking
clear
tonight.
choice on jobs and the economy.
He's a
moved
big
America
Israel
forward,
firster.
while Joe Biden has
How
held
how
America
jacked
back.
up do you think he got
When
after
Joe was
Guilfoyle's
VP,
speech?
I was governor of the great state
Yo.
of South Carolina. We had a pretty good
Go,
run.
John.
Charlie Kirk
Manufacturers of all
probably
kinds flocked to
felt
our
the
state from
hairs on the back of
overseas,
his neck stand
creating
up. I don't think
tens
he
of
would
thousands
like
of
that.
American jobs. People were
Oh,
referring to
dude.
South Carolina.
So I've
as the
actually looked
beast
pretty
of the
far into
Southeast,
the
which
Nikki
I love.
Haley incentive program.
Everything we did
It's all
happened in
bullshit,
spite
dude.
of Joe Biden
She would
and his
just
old
like
boss.
release
We cut
job
taxes,
numbers that
they raised
didn't
them.
exist.
We slashed red tape.
Yeah.
They piled on more mandates.
She
And when we
created
brought
more
in
jobs than
good-paying
currently
jobs,
exist in South Carolina.
Biden and Obama sued us.
At this point, like
I fought
I
back,
really just do
and
not
they
trust
gave up.
or care about
A Biden-Harris administration
most
would be much,
like officially
much
released
worse.
employement
Last
statistics.
time,
Oh,
Oh,
dude,
they're
even
it was Obama.
they're all
This
fake,
time,
and they even say
it
that
would be
they're fake. They're
Pelosi,
like, it's at
Sanders, and
10%,
the
but it's
squad.
actually at
Their
15%. We
vision
just
for
decided not to
America is
count these massive
socialism.
buckets of people,
And we
and they
know
like
that
put that in there,
socialism
and
has
then everyone
failed
reports the
everywhere.
10% number. Even
They
though
want
if
to
you
tell
read a
Americans how to
paragraph
live,
down,
what to
you
think.
realize it's bullshit.
They want a
Well,
government takeover
and
of health care.
interestingly,
They want to ban
that was
fracking
one
and
thing
kill
that
millions
Trump
of
called
jobs.
out
They want
in
massive tax
2016
hikes
and
on working
has
families.
since become the worst
Joe
offender in
Biden
that
and the
regard.
socialist left
Yeah.
would be a disaster for our
You know, he
economy.
used to tweet about like
President
post the
Trump
real
is leading a new
unemployment
era of
numbers
opportunity.
and all that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
right.
Before communist
And he was
China
right
gave us
at
the
that point.
coronavirus,
Yeah, no, he was
breaking
definitely
open
right. It's just now
Well,
he's
it was
also
funny
doing
how
it.
much he was
The
right
pandemic
about
set
in
us back, but
2016.
not for long.
That he just was like,
President
you know
Trump
what?
brought
Fuck
our
that.
economy back before, and he will
I'm not
bring
going to
it
do any of
back
that stuff I
again.
said.
There's one more important area where
Also,
our
she
president is right.
is like going
He
full
knows that
Jackie O right
political
now. Can I just make that
correctness and
comment?
cancel culture are dangerous.
Why? Why do you say
and
that?
just
That
plain
that
wrong.
dress is a carbon copy. I just looked it up
In
of
much
that
the
like really
Democratic
famous
Party,
pink
it's now
Jackie O dress.
fashionable to say that America is
Did
racist.
you Google that or did somebody
is
Google
a
that?
Do you
for
think that's a
America is
JFK
not a
Jr.
racist
homage?
country.
Oh my god, dude, this is gonna be on the internet tomorrow.
I am the proud daughter
She's
of
trying to
Indian
tell us
immigrants.
something. She's
They
cute.
came to America
She's
and
He
cute.
is 100% signaling to us right now, y'all, and I just cut it. All right, well, I need to go on 8 Coon. I'll have to talk to you
Yeah, I was
guys
gonna
later.
say start doing the JPEGs right now.
Yeah.
We face
what is
discrimination and
8 Coon?
hardship. But my
Yeah, you
parents
keep
never
saying that.
gave
What
in
is
to
that?
grievance and
Oh, it's like
My mom built a
4chan, but
successful
crazier.
business.
Is it
My
8
like-
dad
Chan?
taught
No, you're
30
thinking
years at a
8chan.
historically
No, 8
black
Coon is its own thing now because
People of South
the
Carolina
Q people got
chose
kicked
me
off
as their
8chan.
first minority
Yeah.
and first
8 Chan
female
was
governor.
always like way out
America
there.
is a story that's a work
I've-
in
Yeah,
progress.
I think
Now is
8
the
Coon
time
might have
to
actually
build
gotten
on
shut
that
down
progress
recently.
and
Hold
make
on.
America even freer, fairer, and better for everyone.
But no, 8 Coon was
That's
where
why it's
Q
so
migrated
tragic
to. It was
see
the most
so
recent
much of the
iteration.
Democratic
I
Party
see.
turning a
Yeah.
blind
So
eye
it is
to
different from
violence
8chan.
and rage.
Yeah, even
The
even
American
8
people
Chan
know
and
we
4
could do
Chan
better.
can't handle Q.
And of course we value and respect
Do you
every
think
black life.
that
The
Nikki's
black
really
cops
trying to
who've been
channel
shot
some
in the line of
VP energy
duty,
right
they
now?
matter.
Like she's probably
The
got
black
like
small
the
business owners who've watched their
what do they call it?
life's work go up
The
in
wish
flames,
board
they matter.
or something like
The
that.
black
The
kids
want
who
board.
Her vision board,
on
yeah.
the
Her vision
playground
Got a
board.
vision
Yeah.
board.
It's just like
Matter
nothing
too.
but VP
In the
stuff.
lives
That
of
She's
these
a huge
people
Oprah fan.
stolen by the
That is a
violence
sexist
on
comment,
our streets.
Fritz.
It doesn't have
The
to
vision
be like
board?
this.
Vision
It wasn't
board.
like
I feel like
this
you're
in
making
South
fun of
Carolina
women at this point.
5 years ago.
Well, we've already commented on her dress, so
Positively.
we're not even trying.
Positively.
That is true. It is possible. And I did comment on the other guy's looks too. I said that he looks like the up guy. So actually, my comment to Nikki was actually very positive.
I feel like that is actually a neutral comment. That he looked like an up guy.
Just a fact.
I apologize to everyone thinking that vision boards was a misogynist trope.
Maybe that's just extremely sexist of me to think.
Yeah, John, I was gonna say I think you're the sexist one for saying that only women like you're putting a binary gender code on vision boards.
I'm just saying, if you did a survey of vision boards and who makes them, you might see an imbalance in the distribution.
I knew a guy in college that had a vision board, dude.
And I to defend myself, the way I found out about vision boards was an episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia where the gang makes their own vision boards, and Charlie wants to be Ty Pennington.
Oh, that was a good one, yeah.
So
what would Ty Pennington do?
Hey,
It's
also,
still a
Paul,
question I ask myself.
Paul, we've lost audio on.
Yeah, we lost audio.
Did you lose it again?
Yeah.
Well, it may also
Can
be
you
that
hear
you
it?
got it super soft.
Can you hear
How
it?
we lost it completely.
Why
Though,
does it- what-
you know, to be honest, dude, she's not giving that great of a speech.
No.
Well, it's kind of boring, but
It's boring.
It is very
but
boring.
you know what?
We haven't missed anything.
Hence is fucking
Fear.
boring.
And
Can you hear it?
every life is protected.
Oh,
Where
there you
every girl and boy, every woman and man of every race and religion
a yes?
has the best
Yeah,
shot
we can
at
hear
the
it.
best life. In this election, we
Yeah, I'm
must
just generally
choose
not
the
impressed
only
by this.
candidate who has and who will continue.
If you're gonna wear the Jackie
delivering on
Power
that
outfit, dude, you gotta
President
rock
Trump
it. You
and
know,
Vice
dude,
you
President
could
but
control the
have my
crowd.
support.
Her necklace
And
is
America has our
a
promise.
crescent and a
We will
palmetto
build
tree,
on the
so
progress of our
mad
past
respect.
and
Oh my-
unlock
we
the
get
promise
it.
of our future. That future starts when
I'm
the
gonna be
American
real, dude.
people
That makes a really
re-elect
bad necklace. Like
President
that's not a
Donald
cool
Trump.
look.
Dude, you gotta
Thank you,
tread
good
real
night,
easy,
and may
bro.
God always
right.
bless America.
We'll fucking
See, that's a good smile. That's how you end a
rebel
speech.
again, dude.
South Carolina has the coolest flag of all.
We'll rebel again if you start talking shit on our flag.
Fucking please do, man. I've been waiting for it. I want the Carolinas and Tennessee.
Oh,
shit.
Good evening, America. I'm Donald Trump Jr.
All right, hold on. We
about
got
to
We're
go
here tonight
ham.
to talk
He's gonna
about the
bring
great
fire.
American story. To talk
about
about
to
this
go
country we
ham.
all love. This land of promise
his
and
eyes are
opportunity,
bloodshot.
of heroes
Dude, he is
and
high
greatness.
on cocaine.
Just a few short months ago, we were seeing the American
Is that a little
dream
white
become a
powder under
reality
there?
for more of our citizens than ever before.
Or he's
The
been strung
greatest
out on Adderall
prolonged
for like a
economic
week.
expansion in American history.
He looks
The
crazy.
lowest unemployment rate in nearly 50 years.
He's like
The
sweating.
lowest unemployment rates ever for Black Americans, Hispanic Americans, women, and pretty much every other demographic group. And then, courtesy of the Chinese Communist Party, the virus struck. The president quickly took action and shut down travel from China. Joe Biden and his Democrat allies called my father a racist and a xenophobe for doing it. They put political correctness ahead of the safety and security of the American people. Fortunately, as the virus began to spread, the president acted quickly and ensured ventilators got to hospitals that needed them most. He delivered PPE to our brave frontline workers.
PPE,
and
baby.
he rallied the mighty American private sector to tackle this new challenge. There's more work to do, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
Protective and equipment.
Job gains are outpacing what the so-called experts expected.
Oh, we gave him
But
plenty of
Biden's
PPE.
radical left-wing policies would stop our economic
Was he thinking
recovery
PB&G?
cold. He's already talking about shutting the country down again.
He's so high on
It's
coke,
madness.
he doesn't know where he is.
Democrats claim to be for workers, but they've spent the entire
Either that
pandemic
or
trying to sneak a
Papa
tax
Donnie
break for
just,
millionaires in
berated him
Democrat states into the
backstage and he
COVID
was
relief
crying.
bill.
I don't know which it is.
Then
Yeah,
they
dude,
attacked
what the
my father
fuck?
for suspending the
Like, it's
payroll tax for
bloodshot,
middle-class
like-
workers.
He looks
In
like
fact,
he's having like
if
a
you think about it,
peanut allergy.
Joe Biden's entire economic platform seems designed to
dude. That's
crush the
called
working
cocaine.
man and woman. He supported the worst trade deals in the history of the
His
planet.
title is son
He
of
voted for the
President
NAFTA
Trump.
nightmare. Down the tubes went our auto industry.
John, you're
He
allergic.
pushed for
to cocaine.
TPP.
You have to stop.
Goodbye, manufacturing jobs. Beijing Biden is so weak on China that the intelligence
Beijing
community recently
Biden.
assessed that the Chinese Communist
Oh, that's a
Party
new one,
favors
dude. I
Biden.
haven't heard that one before.
They know he'll weaken us both economically and on a world
That's
stage.
lame, dude.
Biden also wants to bring in more illegal immigrants to take
I
jobs
should
from
have been live
American
tweeting this.
citizens.
I don't know what I'm doing.
His open border policies would
followers
drive
gonna be
wages down for Americans at a time when low-income workers were getting real wage increases for the first time in modern history. He's pledged to repeal the Trump tax cuts, which were the biggest in our country. After 8 years of Obama and Biden's slow growth, Trump's policies
went
have been
all
like rocket
to
fuel to the
billionaires
economy and
and
especially to the
corporations.
middle class.
Yeah.
Biden
you
has
should
promised to
probably
take
shut
that
up
money
about
back
that.
out
That's
of your
a
pocket
issue.
and keep it in the swamp. That makes sense, though, considering Joe Biden is basically the Loch Ness Monster of the swamp. For the past half century,
What?
he's been lurking around in
The
there.
Loch Ness Monster
He
is
sticks
not
his
a
head up
swamp
every now and
creature,
then to
sir.
run for president.
Yeah, he needs to get
Then
his
he disappears and
straight.
doesn't do much in
Dude,
between.
he is going to lose the
So if you're
Loch
looking
Ness
for hope,
contingent of this
look to
country
the
right
man
now.
who
You
did what
realize
the
how big
failed
that
Obama
is.
Biden
And the
administration
sky.
never could do and built
talk
the
shit on
greatest
Nessie?
economy our country
What?
has ever seen.
Yeah, the crypto.
And President Trump will do it again.
The crypto's
We will be stronger than ever because when we put our mind
Cryptozoological
to it,
society
there
is
is no
furious
obstacle that
right
America
You
now.
have
can't
no
surmount.
idea how powerful they are.
Except there's a difference this time. In the past, both parties believed in the
You
goodness
haven't
of
even
America.
seen our final form.
We agreed on where we wanted to go. We just disagreed on how to get there. This time, the other party is attacking the very principles on which our nation was founded. Freedom of thought. Freedom
Blow
of
and pussy,
speech,
dude. That's what
freedom
we're
of
founded
religion,
on, man.
the rule of law. Thomas Jefferson famously
those
said, "I have sworn
tears
upon the altar
under
of
his
God
eyes?
eternal hostility
no idea.
against every
This
form
is
of tyranny
uncomfortable,
over the
whatever
mind
it
of
is.
man." Our
Let's make
founders
that.
believed
This
there
is
was
his
nothing
drag.
more important than protecting our God-given right to think for ourselves. Now, the left,
To run the
they're
plantation
trying
of
to
my
cancel
mind.
all of those founders. They don't seem to understand this important principle.
The left is
In
trying
order
to
to
cancel
improve in the future,
everything this country
we must
stands
learn
on.
from our past, not erase it. So we're not going to tear down monuments and forget the people who built our great nation. Instead, we will learn from
Or
our
the people
past
that
so
tried
we
to
don't
destroy it.
repeat any mistakes. And we will work tirelessly to improve the
Confederates
lives
didn't
of
try and
all
build our
Americans.
nation, bro.
Joe
Dude,
Biden
you know,
and the
I don't
radical
think I
left
would
are
have
now
thought that
coming for
Kimberly
our freedom of
Guilfoyle was
speech.
the
They
better
want to bully
of
us
the
into
two.
submission. If they get their
But it's
way,
like
wouldn't
becoming
it will no
clear.
longer be the silent
Yeah.
majority.
She
But I-
definitely
It will be
is.
the silenced
yeah.
majority.
Definitely is. If you ever
This
watch
has to stop.
whatever show,
Freedom of expression used to be a liberal value,
His right eye,
at
man.
least
What's
before the
wrong?
radical left took over.
She-
Now the
she's always had a
Republican
pretty
Party
good
is the
sense of
home of
humor
free
and,
speech,
like, an
the
interesting
place where
personality.
anyone from any background can speak their mind, and may the best ideas win. People of faith are under attack.
Aw.
You're not allowed to go to church, but mass chaos in the streets gets a pass. It's almost like this election is shaping up to be
How
church,
many times do you think
work,
Donald
and school
Trump's been
versus
Donald
rioting,
Trump Jr.'s been to
looting,
church?
and vandalism? Or, in the words of Biden and the Democrats, peaceful protesting.
Almost never, probably.
Anarchists have been flooding our streets, and Democrat mayors are ordering the police to stand down. Small businesses across America, many of them minority-owned, are being torched by mobs. The Democrat mayors pretend it's not happening. They actually call it a summer of love.
You went a little Bob Dylan there for a
to another
second.
important principle. Every American must be free to live without fear of violence in your country, in your communities, and in your homes.
No.
All men and women are created equal and must be treated equally
Do you think
under
it's
the
hard
law.
being Don Jr.
That's why we must
in
put
this
an
much
end
of
to
a
racism.
podcast?
And we
It's gotta
must
be
ensure
awful.
that any police officer who abuses their powers is held accountable.
I mean, honestly,
What
I'd
happened
rather
to
be
George Floyd
Eric.
is a disgrace. And if you
Yeah.
know a police officer,
Because at
you
least
know they
Eric can,
agree
like,
with that
kind
too.
of bumble in the shadows.
But we cannot lose sight of the fact that our police are American heroes. They deserve our deepest appreciation. Because no matter what the Democrats say, you and I both know when we dial 911, we don't want it going to voicemail. So defunding the police is not an option.
Christ.
Everything starts with safety and security. You can't have anything else without it. You can't focus on building a better future for your children without the peace of mind that they can study safely in their classrooms,
Dude,
play safely
what
in their
is he
neighborhoods,
on?
and sleep safely in their
Dude,
beds.
DJ Jr., man, is just
But safety
fucking
is only the
sucking,
beginning.
dude.
Dude, he's going to be
Trump's America
like.
is a land of
I'm
opportunity,
excited to see
a
what
place
people
of
have to say
promise.
about this tomorrow because I think
I was
it's
fortunate enough to grow up in a
going to be
family
number
that could
one.
afford the best schools
Cam
and
is a
finest
fascist,
universities.
and
But a great
I
education
love it.
cannot be
And
the
then number
exclusive
two,
right of the
Don
rich and powerful.
is
It must be
cokehead.
accessible to all.
I think those are our takeaways.
And that's why my dad
But
is
I'm not
pro-school
even
choice.
convinced it's coke.
That's
dude.
why
It's
he's
like another
called
level
education
of fuck.
access the civil rights issue, not just of
It's
our time,
pure
but of
adrenochrome,
all time.
dude.
Yeah, he's on.
It is
he's on his
unacceptable
adrenochrome.
that too many
Like, what
African
could
American and
it be?
Hispanic American children
He's doing
are stuck in
adrenochrome
bad
eye
schools
drops, like
just because of their zip code.
Yeah.
Dude,
Donald
he looks
Trump
like
will
in
not stand for it.
Looper. That
If Democrats really
did y'all
wanted
see
to help
that?
minorities and underserved
It's been a
communities,
very long time.
instead of bowing to
Do you
big
remember?
money
Well, it's
union
basically
may
like
have
they
to
would put
explain
their.
this
they let
joke.
parents choose
So
what
in
school is best
Looper,
for
the
their
drug
kids.
that they would take
They'd
was
limit
these
immigration to
like eye
protect
drops that they would
American
put
workers.
in their
They'd support
eyeballs,
the
and it was
police
like
who protect
a
our
massive upper, and
neighborhoods.
you would just rage all night.
They'd learn how to
But
negotiate
it would
trade
give you
deals
bloodshot
that
eyes. That's what it
prioritize
looks like he just
America's
took.
interests for a change. They'd end the endless
It's a great movie,
wars
by the way.
and
You
quit
should check it
sending
out.
our young people to solve problems in
remember
foreign
liking
lands.
it.
They'd cut taxes for families and workers.
There was a similar
They'd create
episode of
opportunity
Cowboy
zones that
Bebop.
drive
I remember
investment
like the weird
Yes.
in
gun.
inner cities.
They had like the gun that you'd
In other
like
words,
shoot a portal or
If
something.
Democrats cared for the forgotten
Portal
men
gun.
and
Well,
women
there
of our
was
country,
there was
they'd do
a
exactly
time travel
what
machine,
President
and then there
Trump is
was
doing.
a like two different guns you could have. But yeah, it was very similar to the Cowboy Bebop episode. I think it was like the first episode actually, with the eye drops and the pregnant wife.
We don't mention Cowboy Bebop enough. Can I say that as a
I think
podcast?
have. One with a great
Is it
job,
streaming
a
somewhere?
beautiful home, a perfect family.
I gotta rewatch
Imagine
that.
the
We'll do a
country you are
podcast where we
living
just
in.
rewatch
One
Cowboy
with true
Bebop.
equal opportunity, where hard work pays off and justice is served with compassion and without
Dude.
partiality. You can have
Son
it.
of President
1, 2,
Trump.
3, let's
Such
change.
a
Imagine
lame-
the evils of communism and radical Islamic terrorism are not given a chance to spread.
I hate this, dude.
Where heroes are
It's so bad,
celebrated
man.
and the good guys win.
He's a disappointment.
You know,
can
there for a
have it.
little bit, I did think that
That is the life.
that Donald
That
Trump
is the
Jr.
country.
was going to run
That
in
is the
2024.
world that Donald
I
Trump
don't think he
and
can
the
do it.
Republican Party
I don't
are
think he
after.
can. I think it could be
And
Ivanka, if
you
anyone.
can have it.
I don't think it's Ivanka either,
Because
dude.
unlike Joe Biden and the radical left Democrats, our
Think it's
party
Eric?
is open to
I don't think it's
everyone.
any of them, man.
Tom
It
Cotton.
starts by rejecting
Tom Cotton,
radicals who
2024?
Yeah,
drag
Tom
us
Cotton's
into
a
the
better.
dark,
I
and
think it's like
embracing the
Cotton,
man
Haley.
who represents
I think
a
Rubio
bright
gives it
and
another
beautiful
shot,
future
but
for
like,
all.
Oh, sweet Rubio.
It starts by
I think
reelecting Donald J.
Donald
Trump,
is going to beat the
President
shit
of the
out of
United
Junior when he
States.
gets out. He's like, dude,
Thank
low
you.
energy,
And God
you
bless
suck.
America.
I wish you would have said in no place else. What the fuck
How
is
hard
that?
is it to get eye drops, man?
Fuck is
Oh,
that?
they just had a.
I work in the political
producing error.
space. And I'm Madeline Lau, and I'm
In
the
the
founder of
political
Vegan Health, a
space.
children's nutrition.
I'm gonna go pee again.
We grew up in a really small
Yep.
town outside of Chicago. Our mom's from Guatemala.
You're gonna miss the
Our
best part
dad's
here.
a small business owner from Chicago, and so we brought
Whatever
two different
this
cultures
is.
together to create us. A little bit of crazy and a little bit of fun, I guess. They taught
This
us the
is boring.
values of hard work, liberty,
beautiful.
to love this country
Yeah.
unapologetically.
So it's now 9:40. I'm assuming that Trump is actually headlining all of them, right? I know that he was speaking at all of them, but I don't know. Like, is he after this?
Does that other stuff count? Like his little hand appearances? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know how this actually works, but we'll see. We'll see if he shows up at the end of this. I feel like they're out of people, right?
Put in the hard work to get what we want.
Yeah. Well, Charlie Kirk still hasn't spoken.
Escaping what she had
But
been
he might be on
yeah.
another night.
in poverty.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's my headliner. He's a guy that I have no, I don't care for at all.
Yeah.
Somebody that she couldn't there in her home country. And they really
Yeah. Well, they like literally just said what it was going to be last night at like 10 p.m. or something, I think.
and that we had to strive to do the things that we wanted, and it was up to
Who are these people? Are they beekeepers? What do they
In
do?
America, there's no
What is the point of this?
We're gonna get the bee vote.
Yeah, the fucking beehive. Fucking. I don't even know. I don't even know.
You thought Donald Trump was killing the bees? You were wrong. They're all voting for him.
Look at my business, Vegan Health. As a small startup that is growing and launching, we are constantly trying to innovate.
Oh, dude. Look at all those graphs. You know they're small business owners because they have graphs.
Everything kind of just shut down.
It's kind of a Ross
When you're a
Perot
small
style
startup and you
thing.
have limited funding, and the funding
We
is
need
really
more
only to
Ross
get you to
Perot,
the next
dude. I want
milestone.
like 2-hour infomercials on my politicians on basic cable.
Imagine how different things could be. if Ross Perot was our true president and monarch.
So that we could ultimately still
He would still be president, dude, even though he's dead.
Lord Perot. I think he's alive, isn't he?
Is he still alive?
Small business is
He's
the
alive.
backbone of our economy.
I'm on it.
Maybe.
Tax Cuts and Jobs Act was huge. Manufacturing,
Ross Perot
fair trade.
died at July 9th, 2019.
Oh man, a recent one.
Yeah.
Bye, Ross.
R.I.P. Ross.
This is now a
Probably,
Ross Perot memorial podcast.
If I remember correctly, he actually supported the Trump candidacy in 2016.
He did. His well, Ross Perot's whole thing was anti-trade.
Yeah.
Or anti-free trade, to be exact. So,
Other NRA chicks.
Destructive political ideologies that
how dare you reduce them?
Do you see this young Latina? She's awful.
Did the Dems have a bunch of videos of Republicans? I don't remember that.
just generally. And I think it's very scary to
Why
imagine
Pete?
a Biden world where the
I don't think at any point did they show a GOP image, but like all this is, I feel like they've done a bunch of like Bernie
I mean,
Sanders
Trump.
specifically.
I feel like they definitely showed like some stupid Trump clips.
it's very
Yeah.
hard to innovate through those two things.
I don't know. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of Bernie.
And I feel like maybe some Mitch McConnell stuff, right?
And we are not going to allow that.
And then didn't they show some like Brett Kavanaugh clips?
A lot of people now changing over because
Did
of
they?
everything that's been happening.
I thought they did.
I was really drunk during that one, dude. I specifically did not drink this time.
Do you remember the people burning stuff in the streets?
Remember the fires? Do you remember the fire?
Do you remember?
Having a thriving economy.
We remember.
is keeping America great, and President Trump has delivered on that promise.
I will say when those riots first started breaking off across the U.S., I watched more Unicorn Riot than I ever have in my life.
Oh yeah, dude.
I mean, I was staying up until like 4 a.m. every single day just watching riots.
Yeah. It's like literally cities were burning.
Tim Scott, baby, another South Carolinian, looking good.
From the great state of South Carolina. To all of you tuning in and
uh,
participating in the political process, God bless you.
He said this is
isn't
going
how
to
I
be his
picture
last
tonight,
term.
but our country is experiencing something none of us envisioned.
The
From
fight
global
for his seat's
pandemic
going to be
to
pretty
the deaths
disgusting.
of George Floyd and Breonna
Does
Taylor,
anyone else besides
2020
South Carolina
has
support
tested our
Trump? What's up with all
nation
these South
in
Carolinians?
ways we haven't seen for decades.
Dude,
But
we
regardless
red
of the
hot,
challenges
baby.
presented to us,
There's no
every 4
diversity
years,
out of the states here, man.
Americans come together.
We red
to
hot,
vote.
dude.
Yeah,
share
it's as
stories
bad as the
of what
Dems with the
makes our
fucking like
nation strong
Californians and the New
the
Yorkers.
lessons
I'm like,
we have
we
learned
get it.
that can strengthen it for further generations. Because while this
Well,
election
we
is
got
between
some
Donald
diversity,
Trump
right?
and
So
Joe
Nikki
Biden,
Haley is
it is not
Indian,
solely
Tim
about
Scott's
Donald
black,
Trump
and in
and
the
Joe
Republican
Biden.
Party,
It's about the promise.
you can't really
of America.
do much
It's
more
about you and me,
diversity-wise than
our
that.
challenges and heartbreaks, hopes and dreams. It's about how we respond when tackling
Where's
critical
Lion
issues
Ted?
like police reform.
Ted Cruz
when
is
Democrats
Canadian.
called our work a token effort.
And his dad killed JFK, so
during negotiations,
really
because
be in
they
jail
wanted
for the sins of his
issue
father.
Ted Cruz is an
more
enemy
than
of the
wanted a
state.
solution. Do we want a society
Ted knows the
that
truth
breeds
and he covered it
success,
up.
or a culture that cancels everything it even slightly
Tim
disagrees
Scott
with?
helped put
I
out
know
the
where I stand. Because you see, I
opportunity
am living my
engagement
mother's
zones,
American dream.
which
My parents divorced when
you
I
know,
was
under
7
some
years old.
regimes
And we
has
moved
actually
in
been
with my
very
grandparents into
successful
a
in
two-bedroom home
getting
with
some
me,
urban
my mom, and my
renewal.
brother sharing a room and one bed. My mom worked 16
probably like a
hours day to keep food on the
gentrification,
table and a roof over our heads. She knew that if we could
tool,
find the
but
opportunity, bigger
supposedly
things would
it
come.
does help a
I
lot
thought I had
of
to use football to succeed in
minority
life,
small
and my
business
focus on
businesses
academics
to start.
faded away. My freshman year,
Cory
I failed
Booker
out.
was the other
I
big
failed 4
guy on that
subjects:
one.
Spanish, English, world geography. And
I do
even
find it a little
civics.
interesting though, because
Trust me, though,
both
after
sides
7 years
engage
in
in
the
cancel
Senate,
culture,
I know I'm
but
not
I
the
think
only
the
one in
right constantly
Congress
bitches
who
about it
failed
while
civics.
also canceling.
But even while I was failing the 9th grade,
Which I think is
my
kind of
mother
funny because it's
always
like he's
said
going to
to
say
me,
like, oh,
"Timmy,
they're trying to cancel
if you would
everyone
just
who's like
shoot for the
disagrees with
moon,
them about shit.
even
Meanwhile,
if
this
you
whole thing is
miss,
like
you'll
Bernie
be
Sanders
among
is a
the stars."
socialist, destroying
She
America
never
and
lost
burning down
faith
our
in
cities.
me, even when I lost faith.
I'm like,
in
socialism
myself.
doesn't do that, buddy.
Because of her encouragement, I went to summer school and caught up. The next year, I met my mentor, John Moniz, a
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A operator. John saw something in me
both-
that I
both
could not
sides
see in myself, and started teaching me
definitely
valuable
commit
life
to
lessons.
cancel culture as
like
like
having a job would be
a
a good
way
thing,
of doing
but creating
things.
jobs would be even better. That
It's just
having
'cause
an
it's-
income could change my lifestyle,
cancellation is more
but
of a,
creating a profit could change my
left-wing
community.
phenomenon.
He planted the seeds
I
of
mean,
what
dude,
would become
yeah.
opportunity zones. This
I think the
initiative that the president
Republicans
and I worked
do it
together
in a
on
less.
is now bringing more than $75
It's not as
billion
effective as it is on the
of
left.
private
So,
sector
like Donald
investment
Trump,
into distressed
because
communities.
Goodyear says,
I took
you
those
know,
lessons to heart. and
whatever,
started putting
then you
the
can't
pieces
buy
of my
Goodyear
life
tires.
back together. I
Right?
realized
You're not supposed to wear
quality
MAGA hats.
education is the
Or
closest
like,
thing to magic
didn't
in
Harley
America.
Davidson
That's
do
why
some
I
shit
fight
in
to
like
this day for
2017,
school
and then
choice,
didn't Trump
to make
cancel
sure every child
Harley
in
Davidson?
every neighborhood has a quality
You know what I
education.
mean? He does that crap
I
all
don't
the
care
time.
if it's a public, private,
Yeah, I guess-
charter,
I guess
virtual,
my thought
or a
is that
homeschool.
less
When
in
a
like the
parent has
business,
a choice, their kid has
whatever
a
you call
better
it,
chance. And the
boycotting
president
into
has
more
fought
in like
alongside me on
social.
that. Later in life, I
No,
started
I
my own
agree with
small
you there. The
business.
left is
That's why I
much
know
more
it is critical for
about
us to
like
have a tax
canceling
code
a
that
person
encourages
with the
growth.
wrong idea.
We actually saw revenues to the Treasury increase.
But then what do you call
after
this
we
whole
lowered
like Bernie
taxes
Sanders
in
AOC
2017.
like madness that they
Rest
just engaged
assured
in?
That's
the
not really
Democrats do not want
canceling.
you
That's
to know
like-
that.
I mean,
After starting my
but
small
do you
business
hear about
and
people
spending
like
some time in
trying to
local
get people
government,
fired
I decided to run for
or,
Congress
that's what I'm
in
saying. I
2010.
think I agree with
district
you
is
there
based
that
in
that kind
Charleston,
of
South
stuff happens
Carolina,
more on the
where the
left,
Civil
but
War
the
started,
right does that
against
shit
a
too.
son of our legendary
That's what I mean. Like, I'm not
senator,
saying it's
Strom Thurmond.
equivalent. I'm just
You
saying
may be
like
asking yourself,
the
how does a
right
poor
constantly
black kid
complains about
from
it,
a
and they
single-parent
also do
household
it.
run
Yeah.
and win
You know,
in a
or like that
race
Goya Bean
crowded
shit.
with
Like they
Republicans against
jump jump
third.
at this stuff. It's just
Because of the
I don't think they have as much woke
Southern
ammunition on Twitter.
It's
you know?
all culture war
white
shit.
district.
You know
The
what I
voters
mean?
judge
And
me
it's
not
the same on both
on
sides.
the color of
And
my
I
skin,
think the left
but on the
is
content
more
of
effective
my
at using it.
We live in a world
Mm-hmm.
that only wants you to believe.
But
in the
again,
bad
on
news.
that, I mean,
Racially,
a lot of the
economically,
left
and culturally
ammunition is
polarizing
on
news.
people who
The truth
are
is,
culturally on the left, almost always.
Back towards fairness. We are not.
Well, and I think the reason why the left
be,
is better at it in terms of like canceling people and shit is because the left and all the people canceling were all trained by the same people who think the same, right? It's like university.
We pick ourselves
and
back up.
It's the problem that they're saying, NYT and Watch Po are having now is that all these cancel culture kids that people were saying like this is going to be a problem at universities because they're trying to cancel everyone, they now have jobs at these institutions and then they're getting anyone who thinks differently canceled because we're all fucking think the same.
Of America.
Yeah,
the promise
so
that all men and
to
all
me, it's
women
that the left
are
actually has the
created
institutional
equal.
power.
And if you're watching tonight,
whereas the right is
too.
like acting
over the past
in
4
a
years,
more
we have made tremendous progress towards that promise.
Manner.
President Trump built the most
Well,
inclusive economy.
one of the things that the right
7
is
million jobs
correct about
pre-COVID-19,
is
and
that the left owns
of them
the
went
culture.
To women, African Americans, and Hispanics.
In America,
the first new major effort to tackle poverty
controls
in a generation.
culture. I mean, it's
Opportunity
leftist
zones.
mentality, or I mean, it's neoliberal
back in people's
right?
pockets by cutting their taxes, especially
culturally
left.
Yeah, the libs.
Cutting single mothers' taxes.
You got the libs, you got the progs, you got the roses, and then you got the
Trump
left.
supported these tax cuts
Well, and
for those
here's
single
the
moms
issue,
and other
is that
working families,
that
and
people on
signed
the
these
right
policies
look
into
at
law.
what they disagree with in terms like that's on the left or that's
I'm going to ask you,
variety,
the American
and
people,
they think it's the same
not
thing.
to simply
They
look at what the candidates say,
AOC
but to
and
look
Bernie
back
and
at what they've
Biden
done.
and Ilhan Omar
This
all
election
together.
is about your future. And it
And
is
Hillary
critical to
Clinton
paint a
altogether.
full picture
Right.
of the records
But
of Donald
there's
Trump
also a
and Joe
similar
Biden.
misunderstanding
Joe Biden
on the
said if a black
left,
man didn't vote for
the
him,
left's
he
understanding
wasn't
of the
truly
right
black. Joe Biden
as
said
well,
black people are a
where,
monolithic community. It was
you
Joe
think that the
Biden
people
who
who
said
are
poor kids
you think the people
can be
who
just
like
as
Trump
smart
are
as white kids. And
the racist and authoritarians and hyper-capitalists and all this stuff, but then actually there's a lot of different groups of people, ideologically speaking, represented on the right in the same way that the left is extremely diverse. And I say left with a lowercase l, is an extremely diverse group of people, ideologically speaking.
Well, and I think they've kind of, in their own way, have tried to capitalize on that idea tonight, right?
Once again,
look, we got Latinos and Latinos.
Right.
We got some black people. We got a, woman Indian governor. We got, you know what I mean? They've done their best, and Nikki Haley got her comeuppance in like the Tea Party revolution.
Right. But I guess my point is that people who are actually from a nationalist perspective are totally unrepresented here, except for maybe Kimberly Guilfoyle there.
Yeah. Well, and DJ Jr., right?
In terms of rhetoric, I would not say that Don Jr. is...
He was just pure awful, dude.
He's just like fucking lame Republican.
That really was bad.
Yeah.
It really was bad.
Do you think he's mad that Tim Scott got a better spot than him?
Look at what he already did.
Tim Scott deserves to get a better spot.
He's been in Washington for 47 years.
The eighth Carolinian of the night.
Always see those failures.
Fucking watch
because they think we're having a policy debate on two sides of an issue.
We're the first state in the nation.
That is not what is happening. Our side is working on policy, while Joe Biden's radical Democrats are trying to permanently transform what it means to be an American.
This shit is so annoying to me.
Make no mistake.
Both
Joe
sides
Biden
are like
and
so
Kamala
they're
Harris
completely
want a cultural revolution
like,
in a fundamentally different America. If
Well,
we
and
let
that's just
them,
at every
they will turn
single
our
election
country
now.
into a socialist
I
utopia.
mean, they were doing this
And
shit
history
back
has
when
taught us
Mitt
that
Romney
path
was running.
only leads to pain
This is the
and
most
misery,
important election of our
especially
lives.
for
Mitt
hardworking
Romney
people
could be
hoping to
president.
rise.
Yeah.
Instead,
The,
we must
I mean,
focus
they were doing
on the
that
promise of the American
I
journey.
guess in
I know
2004
that
is when
journey
that
well.
really started, and it
My
hasn't stopped.
grandfather's 99th birthday would have been tomorrow. Growing up,
Yeah, I
he
would,
had to
I would
cross
say
the
that
street
after the
if
Iraq
a white person
War
was coming.
and the opposition
He
to the
suffered
Iraq
the
War,
indignity of being
the
forced
sense
out of
that there's
school
an
as a third
existential
grader to pick cotton. He
meaning
never
to
learned
the
to
election
read
has not
or
left
write.
us.
Yet, he lived long enough
Man, for
to see
having
his
so many
grandson
existential
become the
crises
first
where the fate of the
African-American
country
to be elected to
lays in the
both
balance.
the United States House and the United States
We
Senate
seem to have
in the
stayed together
history
pretty
of
well.
this country. Our family
Well,
went from cotton
I don't know. Have
to
we?
Congress
Yeah, I was going to say.
in one lifetime.
Well, then maybe it's
we
true.
haven't, we
believe
haven't yet
The
fallen
next
into the
American
Civil War.
century.
It's
could
like
be
Then
better
maybe
than
maybe
the
it's
last.
true.
It's
There
kind
are
of
millions
in
of
name
families
only.
just
We're a
like
country
mine,
at this
all
point.
across this nation, full of potential, seeking to live
We're a
the
country in
American
that
dream.
we are all
And
subject
I'm here
to the
tonight
same
to tell you that
state
supporting
apparatus.
the
We
Republican
all got the same fucking
gives you
boot
the
on our
best
neck, man.
chance
Yeah,
of making
that's right.
that dream.
Some of us worse than
reality.
others, but
Yeah.
God bless
we all
you.
got to deal with it.
And Father, please continue blessing the United States of America. God bless.
God bless.
God bless.
Oh, he almost left, and then he remembered I'm not supposed to leave. I'm supposed to
Yeah.
stand here and smile.
Supposed to smile.
Smile. Smile creepily.
He didn't
like
do the
everyone else.
awkward Donald Trump Jr. wave.
That was weird.
That was weird, dude. The whole thing was just weird.
Yeah, it was just.
It just wasn't good.
It creeps
Well,
me out.
It may have been better if his eyes weren't squinty and red, and it looked
Is
like
the
he
professor
was
doctor about to give us 5 minutes?
I think maybe. Or is it over? We're now getting 3D elephants and
Yeah, show more elephant.
more elephants.
More
Trump
elephant.
2020, the RNC convention.
I do like elephants, though. I like the
Yeah,
tall.
the elephant iconography is really great.
It's
It's a
better.
noble animal.
It's
better than a fucking donkey.
It's better than
Yeah.
a donkey. Well, it's because Andrew Jackson was a jackass.
Is that right?
Yep, that tracks.
That feels right.
You
I
said
can look
it
it up,
in
but I
a
won't.
tone that makes me believe you.
That seems correct.
Unlike Donald Trump Jr.,
So,
who I'm
we're-
just like, you're just like sweating shit.
Well,
Yeah,
once
dude, that
again
was-
for the podcast, we're now just in a like drone
Just like
shot
staring
of
at
the White House.
Is that a
For,
fountain
like-
out front?
This has been like a good minute of just this shot.
Donald
Is there something
forgot to
else?
get off the toilet. He's got to powder himself real quick, fix
Looks-
the hair.
Yeah, we're looking at the Rose Garden at the moment.
Was Trump like supposed to speak and now he like got lost or something? Like I'm very confused.
He was like, I can't go after that Kimberly Guilfoyle. She was great.
Yeah, he's like, all right, Kimberly, you got it. You're the VP now.
Yeah, she's the VP pick now, dude.
I'm just imagining the production team is like trying to find Donald Trump or
And now
like
it's
he's like
time to
losing
hear
his shit
your
about
voices
something.
and your thoughts
And
about day one of the 2020
Oh, wait, no, it's over,
Republican
okay.
convention. Much of it held at the Mellon Auditorium, just a few blocks from the White House.
that was a weird thing.
Should we call in as a podcast?
Can we call
So
it
we're now watching a
C-SPAN?
C-SPAN stream with
Yeah,
a
can we
Republican,
call
Democrat,
in?
and other number.
Let's do it. Dial us in.
Dial
Chris,
us
you
in.
got- I don't know how to dial us in like this.
Paul, I've had too much wine. I cannot do this.
Paul, dial us in. Do it in others.
I
Say
don't
we're
have the
big Donald
technology.
Trump fans.